Hi, everybody. Sorry we're a little late. We're waiting for Gamer Grudge over at the Game Fixers to wrap up. We're trying to do better at aligning our shows. So hopefully we'll get Cal and the rest of them in soon. But thank you, everyone who has been here waiting patiently. Let's give a shout out to everyone. While I'm getting the list, hello, my name is Tom.
Oh, I'm seeing more people. Where'd the pen go?
I don't. Maybe I'm sitting on it. That could be while I'm uncomfortable.
Nope.
No. Oh, maybe I should check. Hold on 1 second. Let me look off frame.
Ghost pen.
Making sure it's not my butt. Here.
Haha, it's a different pen.
Is it better? Probably not.
See.
There's Cal. Look at that. It worked. All right, so I'm going to start reading off the list to say hello to everybody. Hello, Morgan, Billy, Tom Zambino, who I think got robbed, Eric Monroe, Corey, Dell, Joe, and Ashley?
Yes.
Cal, and Janine, and Yosef. Hello, everyone. If I missed anyone who's watching, the way to fix that is to come into the chat and say, hey, what's up? And then we'll respond in a certain way. Yes, Kimber is cute. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Eric, and
thank you for
Tom
the
Z.
beard
I'm getting some
props.
love for my shirt here.
So, look, these aren't sidekicks. They're partners in crime. But I'm repping BFF tonight. If you haven't, we'll plug everybody later, but you'll see. It's a good time.
Tom is letting the beard go nuts because he's not good at trimming the beard.
Yeah. I'm waiting until I could look like one of the conspiracy theorist guys. Because me and Cal, Wednesday, we'll talk more about it when Cal's on. We're launching our cryptid show where we dive into some mysteries. So it's going to look a little frazzled for that show. And then I got to shave it because I'm having dinner with my grandparents the next day. Or at least try to trim it. And then if I mess up, then shave it, as I usually do. Usually if I shave, it's because I screw up trimming.
Well, there is a lot of people here tonight, so we might as well get a
good start on. So first up, we have Morgan tonight, right? Is he calling in?
Yeah, Morgan. And he gets to come in first because it's really late. We did have to go in chronological order here of who came into the room because too many people were trying to get a hold of us ahead of time. We will let people come in early if their time zone, or they have something that they have to get up early for. But other than that, we really can't put them ahead of the list because we have to be fair to everybody.
Usually I would recommend, like, if we're doing a Doctor Who episode and Doctor Who is your thing, but you have to be up early for work the next morning, just send us a message, and like that's totally understandable. But we just can't let everyone go first.
Ashley and Joe have to get in at a reasonable time because school and stuff. So.
And then see, Dell can only stay on until about 10, so maybe we can squeeze her in. But she's not that far down the list anyway, so it's fine.
Okay.
We should be able to work it out.
Did you send that invite to?
I did send an invite to Morgan. I'll send one more just in case I thought I did and I didn't. Oh, I saw it move, so I thought maybe. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Beginning of the week. Bunch of new content this week.
And here he comes.
There he is.
He's getting another one because you sent it twice.
That's what I do.
Noises.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm okay. I'm finally back in this background, which is
nice.
Which is good. Am I too quiet? I just noticed you changed my audio.
You sound great.
You're too quiet for me. I needed more of you in my ears.
I will try not to shout, but people.
You look very warm and toasty.
I am. I have to wear big things. It's getting cold.
It is. You're missing it. Like, if you were here an extra, 2 weeks later or something, you would have started seeing the leaves change.
Yeah, literally, when Morgan was here, we had, a 2-day heat wave that was, only when Morgan was in town, and the AC in our car doesn't work, so this poor dude is, sitting in the backseat just melting. It felt really bad.
That's not true. I wasn't melting. There was no melting done, like the Wicked Witch. It's like... No.
At that point, I would have prayed someone to dump water on me. It was so hot.
All right, the questions are here.
You ready to get into these questions?
Yes, but first, are you suggesting that you're Batman now with Kimber being Robin? Because I don't agree with that at all.
No, well,
Bobby has to be back.
I would think that we are different Robins. Like, what Robin would you be?
The girl one?
The one girl
There's
one.
multiple.
Is
No,
there?
there's two.
Oh yeah, there is.
The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. Jason Todd's my dude, but the best Robin I think is Tim Drake. He's definitely the smartest. And
Dick Grayson is the best Robin. Dick is the only Robin who's not kind of a dick.
You can't say that. Tim Drake is very reasonable. We're talking about Damian Wayne. Everyone's
Wayne.
like, you know what? For a second, I'm like, oh man, we're getting sidetracked. But no, we're talking about sidekicks tonight.
Yeah.
We could
We
talk
are
about
talking
Robin
about
all we
sidekicks.
want.
Exactly.
For anyone who doesn't know, to show you how much I love Jason Todd, I don't know when else I can talk about this.
What is this?
This is my prize. You've seen it. You've been here.
Yeah, but
This is my prized possession.
I have seen that. Is true. I have seen that.
This is Batman: Death in the Family, Volume 2 out of 4. Signed by George Starlin, who is the creator.
George Carlin? That's different.
Yeah, Starlin, the creator of Thanos. He wrote this and he signed it, and Jason Todd gets murked in it by the Joker.
Oh.
I like how Delicia's like, anyone having video problems? And then I can't
Morgan
see Morgan
disappears.
at all.
Yeah. How did I handle the double beard magic when Morgan was here? I just did, man.
She just soaked up the.
Oh.
Morgan, I'm gonna. Oh, there you are.
What happened? Did I get my joke?
You
in?
cut out.
I guess people are having video
Some
problems.
issues?
I'm sorry about that, guys. It's fine on our side. Maybe Delicia, did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
Did I manage to get my joke in?
No.
God damn it. Moments pass now.
The next time I see Morgan, I'm just going to wear a shirt that says, God damn it.
All right, so I said, and then at the end of this, Jason Todd gets murked.
Yes, but the moments pass now. We can't revisit it. That's
no, I
the
want
struggle of comedy.
All right, well, let's get into these questions.
I found the other pen.
Oh, good.
Okay, so Elise, the lovely Elise, sent us a question. She asked, which sidekick outshines their hero?
Samwise Gamgee. Every day.
Nice.
Ooh.
Because
he is the answer to my questions. He's just not the answer to this one.
I mean, well, I've never read Lord of the Rings, but
what? End call.
Okay. But Frodo's kind of an ass. And Sam's just not. And Sam, obviously is the one that actually does most of the work in the end. Also, he's just a lovely guy. He could make you a nice stew.
With potatoes?
With potatoes, if you wanted to. He's a pleasant guy. I just think he outshines Frodo so much.
And
because
really saved the day. If you really think about it, like he wouldn't have got there done if he didn't have Sam.
Exactly, and one of the most memorable scenes in the entire trilogy is, Sam's monologue at the end of Two Towers.
Yes, beautiful.
Which is beautiful. And then obviously Sam also has his big moment at the end of Return of the King with the whole you may not be able to carry it, but I can carry you. Sam is the final push that the entire journey needed. And it would have been impossible without him. And he's just pleasant compared to Frodo.
I literally have goosebumps because I love Lord of the Rings so much and it just hits me here.
He's the best example of a hobbit because he didn't necessarily want to leave the Shire, which is what the hobbits are known for, but he's loyal. Well, because the stereotype
Bilbo's
that they're lazy.
The best. Bilbo is the ultimate hobbit. But continue.
No, you just put my theory down.
Sam is Samwise the Brave for a goddamn reason. Like, I don't know if I would call Frodo an ass. I would say more Merry and Pippin are both kind of asses. But Frodo's like a baby. Like, he not, like, the strength of the group. That was definitely Sam pushing them forward. And yeah, they're all quoting him in the chat. He's so wonderful, and really Sean Astin did such an excellent job portraying the character, and certainly one of the best sidekicks of all time. So I love your choice.
Very convincing accent from Sean Astin as well.
Yes.
My pick for this comes from an anime. There's been 2 versions of this anime, Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I took this question 2 ways. For anyone who doesn't know, Full Metal Alchemist follows the tale of Edward Elric, who has like a mechanical arm and leg, and because of this, he's been dubbed the Full Metal Alchemist. But his younger brother, Alphonse, who was my pick, his soul is stuck in a suit of armor. So because he's a tall, fully suited armor thing, everyone thinks he's the Full Metal Alchemist, and it kills Edward all the time. Like he's stealing the focus, because like it's just this towering dude. Not only a towering guy in suit of armor, but he's wearing like an apron. So it's just ridiculous. And then I don't know, that's my pick. I just think it's fun, and he's shiny because he's a suit of armor. So he outshines Edward.
Yeah, Billy, I would love to give you and anyone else a Lord of the Rings tattoo. I've definitely done my fair share of them because I'm a huge fan, and Tom is referring to I have. I don't know if it's hard to see,
I'll
but
bring it up here.
Well, don't go too like extreme
I'm
close.
I'm not gonna go into your ear canal.
But yeah, I have the Tolkien like logo tattooed on the side of my face. I'm a huge fan. My pick for this question is Hit Girl. She's technically Big Daddy's sidekick, and I would say Tom said actually that she kind of becomes the hero and has Kick-Ass as her sidekick later on. But she's just awesome. She's by far the best part of those movies in particular. I love Chloe Grace Moretz's performance as Hit Girl. She just, like, as a tiny badass, it really speaks to me, her character and that performance. And certainly she outshines pretty much anyone else in the group. I'd say most people would say she's their favorite part. And I agree, so I'm picking Hit Girl on this one. Question number 2. American Gods podcast at Cast Gods, who we befriended a little bit during our American Odds run, asked us, what person from history or a historical figure would you like to choose as your sidekick? Don't pick my answer, Morgan.
God damn it.
No, go ahead.
No, you can pick whoever you want.
I mean, when you say historical figure, I just thought of like kings for some reason. Then I thought, well, that doesn't work because all kings aren't nice. And then I went to the obvious one, and it's hard to look past the obvious one. At the fear of me saying the same answer in every single thing ever, is Vincent Price.
You son of a... God damn it.
Because, no, I think... I actually have reasoning behind this, though. Because he's more cheerful than I am, and you kind of need that, you know, balance with a double act. You need the cheerful one, and then you need like the sadder one that's actually me, and then you need me. I just think we're two very different people with the same soul, and we could go to lovely dinner parties and just walk around, and everyone would go, no, look at these two wonderful people. We could have facial hair grooming competitions. That could be a thing. Is that your answer? Have I just blatantly stole it?
That is full on my answer. Like, Vincent Price is the only way to go with this. Like, not only is he such a wonderful soul and has such this like glowing vibe and aura of just warmth and just everything about him is the type of person you would want to have around you. but also like he was a true Renaissance man. This dude did everything. He cooked. He was an amazing actor. He friggin' was an art dealer. Like he just had skills and interests all across the board.
He would
He'd
cook
be
you dinner.
yeah,
You'd
he
never
would
get
just
bored.
perfect. Yeah, he would be the
Never
perfect.
get bored with him.
And I always feel like he would just have always something to add to the situation because he was a man of like many different strengths. And that's my pick. Like, who
I
wouldn't
feel
want
like
Vincent Price?
I feel like he'd teach you so much stuff as well, because he'd just come out with,
Oh, cool.
oh yeah, I know this, and he just goes on and on about some sort of art thing or whatever, and it's just like, thanks for that, Vincent. Really appreciated it.
Nice.
I somehow picked someone a little bit stranger than your pick.
Is it a king?
Yes. No. It's Andy Warhol. Okay, so he's a weird dude. But I was heavily influenced him like in my college. Like I had to do I went to school for art, and a lot of my projects were Andy Warhol inspired. And he has this thing where it's like everyone has their 15 minutes of fame, and that's what I think is a big part of OSP is we like to give everyone a chance to come up and be a part of the show. So I would not only love to just talk and pick his brain and stuff, and it's funny because we were actually listening to a bit earlier where Andy Warhol is being, who was he working with? I can't remember, but
I'm not gonna be able to think.
but
about
it was something. It was something.
Oh,
really,
it was Truman Capote.
Yeah, they were working on a musical together. Like so, these are just like Capote. I would meet so many people through Andy Warhol. So that would be my pick, and that's just like a cool generation. I don't know. Maybe I'd get some art out too.
Corey saying that Andy Warhol was too much of an attention hog to be a sidekick.
Ooh.
That's fine. I'd be his sidekick. Whatever.
Would you guys both wear turtlenecks? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, but I would also get the glasses so I could beat Steve Jobs to that aspect of the look.
nice.
Perfect.
Okay, so I guess we can move on to the third one here. The lovely and talented Janine, who cannot hear us right now, but we love her. She asked, "What sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?"
I had a bit of a think about this one as well, and it took me a while, but I came to the idea that it would be very interesting if Batman's Oracle turned into a villain.
Ooh.
Because he doesn't know anything about this, say. And the entire story or whatever would be happening in whatever medium would be sort of him slowly finding out actually it's Oracle and someone's playing Oracle. And yeah, just imagine like being almost the villain being in Batman's head all this time, and he's communicating with the villain, but it is Oracle. It's the same voice and the same everything. I just like
Barbara
that
Gordon.
idea.
Barbara Gordon could have like the motivation there is solid enough to where like maybe at a certain point she kind of breaks and holds Batman responsible for what the Joker did to her, why she is Oracle.
Maybe.
Like, so the Joker fell into a vat of chemicals because Batman did something. Oracle was made because Joker did stuff that we won't get into here, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. If they did do that, though, I would not want them to use any aspect of the Killing Joke movie because what went on in that movie, I hated it. Yeah.
Did you have a pick for this one?
That's just my basic idea of it. I've not thought out the entire plot. Don't worry, I'm not publishing a book. But
tomorrow.
That's just basic. I mean, anyone who wants to take that idea, please. Just give it.
We don't have one?
I sure do have one.
You go first.
Okay.
I need to cultivate it.
John Watson.
Oh yeah.
John Watson would be brutal if he turned into a bad guy because Sherlock's kind of weakness, particularly on the show, is that he really doesn't understand how people work, and he does trust John Watson fully. And even when we saw how he dealt with how Mary did terrible things and he forgave her because she's Mary Watson, I think that John could manipulate this dude or learn to manipulate Sherlock in ways that could be disastrous for all the people around them. If he could weaponize Sherlock with his trust, it could be brutal, like devastating. So that's my choice.
That's obviously a concern of Mycroft's. Like, from the instant John's introduced into Sherlock's life, Mycroft wants to know what his intentions are and stuff like that, because he knows if you get too close.
I don't know if I would have necessarily had him working for Mycroft or something. I'd be quicker to have him working for the sister.
Yeah.
Eurus, it is.
East Wind.
But yeah, I just think that could be like really bad if that's what happened. I see Chase in the chat backing me up. That was Chase's choice as well.
All right. So for me, this is hard. It's already kind of happening, although because the show deals with many multiple dimension aspects, necessarily this person's personal side. It's Rick and Morty. I love Evil Morty. I want to know so much more about him. I think he's the most interesting character that show has put out. I want to know his motivations. I want to know who his Rick is. His song is really good. He has a season 3 appearance. I will not tell you what, but you don't see it coming at all. It's really good, and I'm just looking forward to more of that. But I would feel remiss if I didn't mention Rick and Morty at least once throughout.
Billy says, "Oh geez, Tom.
Oh geez, Rick." But yeah, okay. It's my. I know they're already doing it, but to see maybe will Evil Morty get our Rick's Morty? I know it's so confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about. To turn on C1 third, I can't. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, one last question tonight, and this is just one that Tom wanted to hear from you guys. Other than Mavis, who is the best non-human sidekick?
I can't choose anyone other than Mavis.
Were you going to pick Mavis?
I was going to pick Mavis. I'm a little bummed.
I think we were all actually thinking of picking Mavis. I mean,
that's why I added that.
I guess if it's not Mavis, it's I'd have to go with Scooby-Doo.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
Not like
Raul agrees with you at the same time.
Now I'm thinking of Star Wars characters, but let's stick with Scooby-Doo, because the most loyal person, not even a person, the most loyal creature in cartoons is Scooby-Doo. He is down for anything Shaggy wants to do. He does not care. He will go with him. You could eat loads of food with Scooby-Doo. He's wonderful. And he's always a load of fun. When has Scooby-Doo ever actually, in animated form, when has Scooby-Doo ever actually sort of been violent in any way? He's never gone against Shaggy, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Just
and even in like
the two best friends.
Even in the darker like tone shows, like 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, which is my favorite Scooby show, he's still Scooby-Doo. Like, they don't change the characters in that; they just make the world darker.
Yeah. TJ Dex does argue that Scooby-Doo is the lead of the show.
Yes, but him and Shaggy sort of are a duo.
Yeah. You wouldn't get anywhere though if it wasn't for everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a very long walk between haunted mansions.
Think about trying to solve mysteries if you were just a dog, TJ. Come on.
He's a talking dog. Is he really just a dog?
Can you call it talking?
Yeah, you can understand him. Did you have an answer? Or did you want me to go first?
You go first.
By elimination, my choice here is obviously Samwise Gamgee. He is not a human. He's a hobbit. So it counts, and that is my choice. For all the reasons that we've already discussed, I love Sam. Like, I have an action figure of Sam right over there. He's wonderful. That's who I would want to have my back. Somebody like him. I can't say enough about him, so I'm just gonna cut it short and say, you guys know why Samwise Gamgee is the choice for this question.
So, for me, I'm always like a sucker for a villain redemption story, which is like why I love Vegeta from Dragon Ball so much, and like other characters, with similar stories. But I also really like when one member of a very hostile race also becomes like a good guy. And while we didn't have a lot of him, and he didn't do a lot, he was just kind of there for flair, but he was great. Handles from Doctor Who. I just love him. He's only used for like technical reasons, like to get patch in and stuff like that.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Handles is like a decapitated Cyberman head that was a companion of the Doctor's for a few select
episodes. Yeah,
but people love Handles. I did a tattoo of Handles on D. Like, people love Handles. Blake loves Handles. So, yeah, I don't think you're alone in that.
Or K9, as Billy says. K9.
I know K9.
He's all right. Affirmative.
Nice. Well, that is all the questions for tonight, Morgan. Thank you so much for staying up very late and joining us.
Well, why would I not do? You know, at this stage, that it's all the hearts. Not that that's inaccurate, but yeah, of course I'm gonna stay up. You don't have to say it.
We're gonna lull you to sleep with our dulcet tones.
That is what you're gonna do now. That is what happens after this. When I go off, I go to sleep and just have this playing on in the background, and
we're like
Corey, I can't condone your fat shaming of Samwise Gamgee and Samwell Tarly. And first of all, like, Samwise isn't even like that big of a dude. He's just like lovably fluffy. So how dare you?
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't like Fraggles. Like, I don't expect him to have. All right. So Morgan, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Yeah. Finally, I'm bringing Horror House back in October. Woo! For October. Because October, obviously, is horror focused every year by everyone. And I've got a load of polls going on Twitter right now because I want a bit of a change in what I'm doing throughout October. I'm going to be talking in depth about specific horror movies that you people get to decide what those films are. So there's polls going on now, and the first poll just ended in a horrendous tie. So there's now a second poll. It's my pinned tweet. So at the Purple Don on Twitter, you'll find that. Go and vote on that to tell me what I'm going to talk about. For the return of Horror House and Enlightenment Hours back very shortly, should be this weekend as well. So yay, things are coming back now. I'm back here and it's not summer.
Nice.
No, it's not. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, or if you just want to watch it for a second time, third even, I'm not gonna hold you. Do whatever you want.
Do a twofer.
Yeah, twofer. It was a threefer because Morgan was able to join us, and we
forgot about twofer. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm sorry for anyone wearing headphones.
Oh.
It's. We were talking about Black Swan and Suspiria, and for those of you who don't know what It's a Twofer is, we pick two movies and we pair them together like it's a fine wine and cheese party, and we talk about why they work together and why they might just for movies for you and your loved ones at home. But Morgan was on the last one, so check that out. That's over at the Tough Channel.
It's the Suspiria Black Swan one, and we do have coming out not this Thursday, but next Thursday, another twofer of Frank and Hedwig and the Angry Inch. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
All right, Morgan.
Yeah.
We'll talk
see you soon, buddy.
Soon.
Billy.
Yes, you will. Love you all. Thanks, guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
So next in, we are going to have
Billy
Billy Buddy. Suspiria is beautiful, Yusuf. Thank you, sir. Movie, just even if you don't want to watch Twofer, just watch Suspiria. It's gorgeous.
I'm gonna go on the limb and say it's not beautiful. You don't believe me? Go watch our episode and hear what I say about it and comment below. I don't say anything bad about it. So I guess that's like kind of like clickbaiting. I'm like right over his picture and I'm like, where is he?
Able to marry a man who didn't think that movie's beautiful.
It is. I love it. It's kind of hard to be like, oh, I don't like that movie's aesthetic, but I love Drive.
Yeah.
Aw, Janine says, bye, my king. You guys are too cute. All of you in the chat. Hey, Billy.
Hey, Tom.
Trying to see, do you have anything taxidermy behind you today?
Just the same deer head that's right by my phone booth. And
yeah, and I forgot you killed Superman, so you also hang up his cape as a trophy.
Hey, it was on. As much
How's
as
it going, man?
It's going well. It's going well. I got a hat, and I'm actually really digging it now that my hair's starting to grow in.
Good. You know, I know someone who makes hats.
Plugging.
Soap.
And soon to be beard oil.
Which I will talk to that person about.
We're not going to say that person out loud because we don't cross franchises. We don't cross franchises.
Oh, jeez. Jeez, Rick.
Morty, it's fine.
He wants that Mulan Szechuan teriyaki dipping sauce. Okay, Morty?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Rick.
That's my series arc. Okay?
All right. So we got a bunch of people in here, so let's dive into these questions. Dive. Flash Gordon reference. So, and our friend Elise, she asked us which sidekick outshines their hero.
I thought it'd be pretty obvious. It's Penny and Brain from Inspector Gadget. And you want to know why? Because they do all the work, and Inspector Gadget, that clumsy idiot, gets all the credit. And yet Penny and Brain are the ones that constantly do the work. They do the rescuing. They're awesome. I would watch a Penny and Brain show before Inspector Gadget. I mean, all Inspector Gadget does is just go, Gadget, and then whatever, just like he's literally a plot point in his own show.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus
I said it wrong.
Machina.
I just like the Deus Ex.
But yeah,
Machina.
I've been holding that one back. As much as I love Inspector Gadget, Penny and Brain are clearly superior to him.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a good pick, and I love doing the Claw impression where it's all like, "Next time, Gadget."
Oh, nice. I could do it, but I don't want to hurt my voice. So.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is.
So, Cast Gods asked, what person would you pick as your personal sidekick?
I actually had a very British answer for the first one, and it was Winston Churchill. But then I realized I could do something better. And because Winston Churchill was more like he was a cool dude, but like he's more of like a leader. So I picked somebody that's just as awesome as Vincent Price, and I think you'll hear it out, Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, he was almost one of my picks.
And
Vincent Price.
yeah. No. I'm not saying Vincent Price is bad at all. He's unbelievable, and I could gush about him just as much as you and the King of the North. But like Da Vinci was an inventor, a painter, sculptor, architect, scientist, botanist, anatomist. Like he did it all. He literally did it all, and he was good at it. Like, yeah, primarily he's known as a painter, and he's made some of the most famous paintings of all time, and they're beautiful. But like Vincent Price, you can never get bored with this guy. He could literally do anything, and he would somehow be great at it. Like he just picked up another skill like it was nothing. He could probably like learn to play music. He probably did learn to play music.
Not only that, man, Da Vinci was literally a mad scientist. He had a mobile layer, and like he called it a layer. And as Cracked made a point to say, no one calls it a layer unless you're a bad guy. And then he also made like the first like multiple firing gun. He has like designs for all this crazy stuff, which it's just definitely interesting times for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would take Churchill out of those two. Like
You can never paint a picture of him though.
Churchill was like the king of sass. Like my favorite quote from him is, I guess like he was wasted at a party and this lady was giving him shit and he said, "Yes, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna be sober and you're still gonna be ugly."
Oh, it's because he called her.
Dude, he's so
No.
sad.
Winston Churchill was a boss. Like he had awesome bulldogs. He had a razor sharp wit, and that was why I'm like, but Da Vinci you can never get bored with. I mean, I'm sure he's got like more stories to tell than most people do in their lives. I mean, just any one of those skills. I admire Da Vinci so much, just as much as Vincent Price, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I would love to not necessarily have him as a sidekick, but just like, you know, my partner in crime with Leonardo da Vinci, because I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed games as well, and Da Vinci building you stuff is one of the coolest parts of that game series.
Nice. Very cool. Alrighty, let's see what the next question is. Janine at Janine Devine on Twitter asked us, what sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
Okay, I was gonna think John Watson, but you took that. So I went with Felicity Smoke from Arrow. No, I'm not the biggest Arrow fan in the later seasons, but I've been wanting Felicity to turn evil for so long. They literally set it up throughout the entire show, and it feels like she could just switch at any moment, and she's just so smart and calculating that she'd make an awesome like final season villain, and it would be very tragic just because, you know, there's so much history between her, Oliver, and just everybody. And I think it would be really awesome just because she teeters, or she how do I think? I can't think straight. She teases being evil, but she doesn't. She always snaps back. But I just want her to go like full Dark Felicity. That was one of the best episodes that I had when she was talking to herself. And yeah, Felicity from Arrow, because God damn it, she needs to be a better character.
I almost picked Foggy. You don't need to. I almost picked Foggy because but then I thought maybe you would pick him, because if Foggy got ripped away from Matt, like he doesn't have, like, I know he's not on the best terms with him right now anyway, but he still has Foggy. And if Foggy turned on him because he's like one of the one people who knows his identity, that would be like gut wrenching.
Nice. All right, one more question tonight. Sorry, I'm gonna try to keep it moving along.
Oh, no. Okay.
Here, thank you guys. Who's the best non-human sidekick?
Okay. First, I gotta shout out Janine and her lovely comments, especially her excessive flirting with Morgan. It's hilarious. And my answer is R2-D2. I mean, you could say BB-8 or R2-D2. I'm going to say R2-D2 because he knows everything. He doesn't take shit from anybody. He's got that useless Oscar-looking freaking robot C-3PO to lug around, and he's just so awesome. He's cute, like he sounds cute. He's got a unique design to him that you don't usually see in robots. R2-D2 is awesome. And again, he knows everything that happened in Star Wars. So, yeah.
You could argue that the prequel movies were like R2-D2 like showpieces, because he had like some of the coolest scenes in that. and he didn't like his little flamethrowers and like his little jetpacks. Like I don't know why we don't have them later on in the series. Obviously, they didn't think about the
continuity.
Continuity.
Way to go, George.
Yeah, but he was badass in the prequels.
Well, yeah, like those. These movies are about the droids. The first 6 in particular are definitely like the story of R2 and 3PO. So,
yeah, they're the consistent characters throughout.
I know, I'm sure I pissed some people off with some of my choices, but you know, they're obvious choices for a reason.
Nice.
Anyway.
All right, Kelly. Did you have anything you needed to plug tonight?
Well, I was going to say check out all of the OSP shows. I am a regular on that. I'm going to be writing a interesting review next, and I've been delaying it for as long as I can, but I got to rip off the Band-Aid. And I helped arrange a guest for an upcoming fan fiction that I'm going to be on the fan cam for, and I literally can't wait. I am genuinely excited for you guys to see who it is, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find me on Twitter at bbusterbill, Instagram blockbusterbill, and just tweet me hi or something because I love talking to people.
Sweet. Yeah, I know who all the guests for fan fiction are this season. Jack told me because I'm the champion at the moment, and Tom is salty that I haven't even. I won't tell him. So.
All right. So I'll get out of here. So,
all right.
Zambino.
See you later.
Bye.
And look, it's that guy who just got robbed. Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, good. You can hear us all right?
Stand by, I got audio issue. Okay, I'm good now. All right.
How's that? Can you hear us? Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well, I enjoyed your fight today.
Thank you. That I didn't have a lot of preparation, but I did the best I could with what I had.
I have a private question for you. What is your favorite song about California that the Red Hot Chili Peppers have done? Because they're all about California. Oh no!
Oh, you
I
froze.
froze.
Red Hot Chili Peppers as a kid. What?
What's that?
You hear me?
Sorry, I'm
You
yelling.
froze for a moment.
Okay. But Californication was the song and the album that really got me into Red Hot Chili Peppers. And as a kid, I had no idea what that song meant. I had no idea what the fornication part meant. So it was kind of weird, but that was my favorite song and probably still carries to this day.
Nice.
All right. Now we know. Well, going into this, our friend Elise asked which sidekick outshines their hero.
So there are a lot of answers for this one, and actually I forgot about this question until just a few minutes ago, but then I thought of it, and it's Silent Bob. Because Silent Bob outshines his loudmouth friend by not saying a single word. He speaks with his eyes the entire time. Everyone remembers Silent Bob. Everyone dresses as Silent Bob for Halloween. No one ever. I don't think I've seen a single person dress as Jay, but I've seen tons of Silent Bobs. So Silent Bob's the more memorable character. And who doesn't love Kevin Smith when he has that moment of just screaming at Jay towards the end of the movie? Everyone loves those moments where he finally breaks through.
Yeah, my personal favorite is still like the scene where they throw the guy off the train and he goes, "No ticket." Still my favorite one.
Or how he always has like the Chasing Amy scene,
Yeah.
or like that's where the name of the movie comes from. And sometimes I'm like, Kevin Smith, are you just giving yourself all the good lines, like the one good line in the movie? But hey, man, he's the director / writer. He can do whatever he wants.
And the scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where he's trying to explain not using words about Hollywood animals or whatever was on the back of the car. And he just screams, "The sign on the back of the car!"
I love when he self-references how he always like his little one-liners in Clerks too, and he's like, "You guys always come to me like I'm gonna have this nugget of truth and wisdom." Like, guys.
Nice. Yeah, cool. All right, second question. At Cast Gods on Twitter asked us, what person from history would you choose as your sidekick?
So there are a lot of choices for this one, but the question I had to ask myself before I answered this is, what am I doing to have a sidekick with? What's the task? What's the adventure? So in this case, we're gonna go to the obvious one for me, and we're gonna go racing with a little known mechanic, if you'll let me nerd out for a bit, named Smokey Eunuch, who was a NASCAR crew chief back in the 1960s and was famous for some really creative cheats in order to win races, to bring his like little know nothing team up to the front of the grid. That's one reason I picked Smokey Eunuch is you can take me with no money and nothing great into a race car and give me the best equipment possible. But if you'll let me tell a few stories of Smokey Eunuch, there are a few hilarious ones. The most famous was his unsponsored car won the pole at Daytona by a long stretch over factory teams, and everyone was wondering what the hell was going on. The legend was that it was a 7/8 scale model car that they ran to save weight, but I looked it up, and in reality, he shifted the car's body on the chassis backwards in order to have better weight distribution. The ones he got busted on was he had a larger fuel line, because NASCAR had rules of how long your fuel line could be, but they didn't have any rules in diameter, so he had this wicked thick fuel line that held 5 extra gallons. They also had a rule on the volume of a fuel tank, but not the size. So he inflated a basketball inside a fuel tank, and after passing through inspection, he'd just stab it, deflate the basketball, and he'd suddenly have more room in his fuel tank. His creativeness is why he ended up being the tech inspector for NASCAR for a while, and just an all-around genius guy. He actually has a lot of patents on his name for various types of race car systems. I won't go into that one, but for that particular task, I'm going with Smokey Eunuch.
Because Smokey Eunuch sounds like something I would name my bar in a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Like, I'll meet you over at the Smokey Eunuch. So, yeah.
Smokey Eunuchs. Also a good name for a barbecue place, potentially.
Yeah, right. Janine DeBean asks us, what sidekick would you like to take a villainous turn?
For this one, I'll have to go a little bit strange, and we're going to go, I know Borderlands 3 is coming out, and it's probably not going to be this, but I want to see Claptrap from Borderlands 2 take a villainous turn. We've had Handsome Jack for the past few games. Let's have someone new, and we found out in the pre-sequel that Claptrap is actually pretty powerful and just outright insane. So you're going to take that power, that insanity, and now he's evil, and he's the big bad. I think that would be a really fun.
Oh, he froze for a second again. Maybe put the camera on. Sorry, we're just waiting for Tom. Oh, you froze for a moment, buddy.
Where did I freeze? Where did I leave you?
Right after the reveal that Claptrap would be a villain.
Oh man, I said so much after that. But but basically, you have him take over as the big bad in the series. You saw in the pre-sequel that Claptrap is actually pretty much completely insane and incredibly powerful. So you're going to take all of that insanity and all that power, and now he's the big bad of the game. So you're going to get the wackiness of Borderlands with now you get the satisfaction of beating the crap out of Claptrap because you know you've wanted to in every game.
Yeah, that's interesting. I dig it. There's a random chicken nugget in the chat.
I know. I'm preparing my Pokeball.
Yeah, you're getting some
Huh.
some love in the chat over your choice there. We know that Joe's a big fan of Borderlands.
I love Borderlands. It's one of the few games I've actually played over multiple times, and I think my friends and I, as a team, have gotten to the point where if my character shows up in anyone else's game, I basically just one hit everything because my sniper is that powerful. But we spent so many hours on that game. I love it.
Word. Okay, right. One more question for tonight, and we are going to try to get everybody in here, so bear with us in the queue. Who do you think is the best non-human sidekick?
This was another interesting one, so I'm going to try and back away from the obvious ones to let everyone else do that. So I'm going to go flashback to when I was a kid in the 90s and go back to a wonderful little show called Digimon, which I still enforce was a better TV show than Pokemon. And we're going to go with Greymon, whatever the Ash equivalents. Ty's Digimon. And why? Because War Greymon is the most badass guy in the show, and he's who doesn't want to have just basically the living tank on your team.
Nice. Yeah, that's a poll.
I really like it, and I don't think Digimon it got really weird and because it didn't handle power creep well. And that's kind of the problem Pokemon's having right now with all their mega evolutions and where it's just alternate mega forms and stuff like that. I bought that originally. When Angelmon first showed up, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But it got really after the vampire dude, I just kind of got lost.
Yeah, I see Billy's bringing up Yu-Gi-Oh in the chat here. We're a little old for Yu-Gi-Oh. I missed that.
You just activated my trap card. I watched that with my stepbrother growing up. It was the only thing we watched together.
Your younger stepbrother?
Yeah.
I remember people playing Yu-Gi-Oh in elementary school.
Let's see. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't. They were playing Pokemon, but that was
I mean, of course we remember Pokemon. 27.
Yeah, I'm going to be 31 next month.
Yeah, 3 years. That's about right.
4 years.
Yu-Gi-Oh! No, because I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out, and me and my brother got the cards, but we didn't understand how to play the game, especially because we watched the show more, and it's the actual amount of points you use for the game are different than the show, and so it was really weird to grant the rules weren't the same in the game. Holographic stuff, but what are you gonna do?
Cool. Yeah, that's it for the questions tonight.
Oh,
Thank you, Tom. I know you got to be exhausted after that fight, but we appreciate it.
I mean, it's.
Do you have anything?
What's that?
Do you have anything that you need to plug, or?
Well, I mean, if whoever hasn't seen this week's Gamer Grudge, I filled in on Monday. It was short notice, so I was a little ill prepared, but I thought I did the best I could with what I had, and somehow won a Zelda point without playing a single Zelda game. So I'm very proud of that one. That was a test of my research and debate skills. But another thing we did was that yesterday we recorded a new Cars and Popcorn on my Zed Reviews channel with Curly, and Tom popped in a little bit to face Devon Jesus in trivia, who completely nailed it. He got 4 out of 5, I think. So Jesus did really well. We talked about Rush, so I thought it was one of our better episodes. So check that out. We'll have another one this Sunday at 3 Eastern Time with TJ Dex talking about The Wraith, which is a little-known 80s cheese fest with Charlie Sheen. Fantastic movie. Oh, and of course you'll find me at
Oh, sorry. He was plugging his Twitter right there, Road Raider 3.
Follow. Do follow.
Yes, I have a lower third now.
Nice.
Ooh.
You still got to get me on for that that Muppets episode. I'm not gonna let it die.
Working on it. I'm actually scheduling things in advance now, so we'll see. I'm booked through October, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and for anyone who's into Supernatural, we had a blast on his podcast talking about Baby, the Impala. Then you're not a fan of Supernatural, and that's fine. But if you are, please go check that out. We got to get him to watch a few episodes that we thought were important to us. The Baby, which it was a blast. So definitely check that out over at Zed Reviews is the name of the channel.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see you soon, buddy. Take care.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Later.
Okay. So up next we have Eric Monroe. Now Cal needs to get on early because he has work early in the morning. So next we have Corey, Dell, and Joe and Ashley. Now I also know Joe and Ashley have to be up early in the morning also. So if you guys are okay with Cal coming in, that's up to you guys. Work it out in the chat. But
we just want to be fair to everybody.
Yeah, and I know Dell has to get on too at some point, so we're trying to get everybody in here. But while we're waiting, in the chat, we got one of the questions. I don't exactly remember who sent it in.
Oh yeah, I can pull up some questions.
Yeah, we'll post some questions to the chat.
I know we had somebody asked us. I'm not sure who, but I liked the question: what sidekick has the most interesting backstory? So let us know in the chat who you think. Which sidekick you think has the best backstory. My choice is Moist from, sorry if you hate that word, triggered, from Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog. And they don't really go into it too much in the actual movie, but if you read the companion graphic novel that goes with it, Dr. Horrible and Other Horrible Stories, he is by far the one with the most interesting backstory, and I'm a huge fan of what they did with that. So check it out.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's
Always
it going?
happy to talk with you both. It's going pretty good. So glad there was an OSP tonight. I needed it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, man.
And you guys, you always make me laugh. I know. You always make me laugh. You bring my spirits up. So I'm just happy to be here.
Now, this is great. About a week ago, I asked, hey, if you guys want to be on our channel and be in our trailer for the channel, just send us like 30 seconds of you talking about Odd Shape Panel. I got one. Thanks, Jeff. You're awesome. But if you want to get those in,
I will. As soon as this broadcast is done, I will get it into you.
I believe you.
I promise. I
but
promise.
I mean, we could have done the channel with us talking about what we do and stuff on here, but obviously it's not just us. So we want everyone's opinion. And so let's get into these questions. Elise asked us, what sidekick outshines their hero?
First, I want to say hi to Elise. She's awesome. She's always very supportive. I'm going with Mad Mardigan from Willow. I like Willow. Willow's cool. Willow's an underdog, but Mad Mardigan is life. He steals every single scene he's in. Thanks to him, when I was 6 or 7, I had my life mapped out. I was going to become him, marry Sorsha, and make ginger babies with her, even though I didn't realize at the time she had her hair dyed red. But I think he steals the show, and in a lot of ways, it becomes his movie.
Yes, I think that anyone who is a diehard fan of Odd Shape Panel, and I know there are several of you in the chat tonight who have been here since the beginning, know that Mad Mardigan was fully like my first sexual awakening as a young woman. Man, whew, I gotta go turn on the AC talking about him.
It's fantasy dude with long hair.
It is. Legolas, that's my other boyfriend. So, I love Mad Mardigan. Fucking
and
amazing.
Sorsha was my sexual awakening. That's all I can say. So,
nice.
There you go.
She was so bummed when Rhaegar had the hair. I think she was just waiting to see a fantasy long-haired dude. And
I wanted prettier for Rhaegar. I wanted him to be some pretty like Legolas type action, like just very refined features, playing a harp and all. Yeah, I do love like. I was like, damn, Kimber. I mean it. But yeah, I do love the long-haired like fantasy dude type character. That's my type with
and he had funny wit. He was funny. He had wit. He had charm. He had it all.
Yeah.
And he was the greatest
I love it.
swordsman
That's a
that
great
has ever lived, according to him. But
Yeah,
I agree with that.
according to him, of course.
All right, what am I looking at? This okay. So, number 2. Cast Gods asked, "What person from history would you choose as your personal sidekick?"
The person I'm picking actually showed up on American Gods. I'm going with Marilyn Monroe for 3 reasons. 1, she's gorgeous. 2, she can sing. And 3, she has my last name, and I certainly don't mind sharing my last name with her. She would totally outshine me, and guess what? I wouldn't care because she's absolutely stunning. So I want Marilyn. Give me Marilyn, and I would keep her on the straight and narrow, off like the heavy bad drugs and stuff. So I would go with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, definitely an interesting pick. Eric got us, I think it was a few months ago, when he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm related to Marilyn Monroe," and I'm like, "Really?" And like me and Kimber were like, "That's so cool," and they're like, "Wait a minute, that's not her real name."
Yeah.
So
I used to say that to everyone in grade school, and they believed me at first. And I said it at summer camp once, and they found out I was lying, and I got water ballooned. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I deserved it, though, because I was lying. But yeah, I tried to play it up that she was my great aunt. But she's not. But anyway, yep, that's my pick. I'll go with Marilyn.
I just I want to point out Kimber's dad in the chat. That's Strike Jim.
Oh, hi, Kimber's dad.
Anyone in the South Florida region around Coral Springs, if you want to learn some martial arts, go check out Strike Jim Capito. Or if you want to get a Spider-Man for your birthday party, that's the guy to contact too. But he's talking about Kato in the Green Hornet serials that played when he was a kid, which is one of the first sidekicks I was introduced to. So nice. All right, Janine the Bean. You know her, you love her.
Hi, Janine in the chat. I know you can't hear me, but hi.
What sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
Okay, now this would definitely upset probably our friend Travis of Marvel. He's not in the chat, but if you see this, buddy, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say April O'Neil. I would want to see her turn, though, be emotionally driven. I don't want to see someone take over her body and make her evil. I want something the Turtles do to send her on like an evil path, like maybe someone she loves dies. I don't know. And I think it would be so fascinating for the Turtles to face someone that they love become very evil and join up with their enemies. So I'm going to go with April O'Neil.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of set up for if they let Casey die or something, that it's like, all right. So yeah. I mean, that would work.
And I find that to be I find that to be so much more powerful than if someone just takes over her body and she starts acting evil. I think the emotional part is better. So yep, April O'Neil.
Yeah, I thought about that too when I was like trying to mold the ideas over in my head, because I was like, I don't want to do any like brain control. I would want them to have like a reasonable like motivation.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Last question is, what is the best non-human sidekick?
I'm going video game with this. Now, I didn't see Gamer Grudge, so I don't know what Zelda game won, but it's better of one. I'm going with Navi from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think out of all of Link's companions and sidekicks, he had the best connection with Navi. I think Navi completely embraced the destiny that was laid out by the Great Deku Tree to take Link on this incredible journey. He's with Link every step of the way. And at the very end, when Link has vanquished the evil, Navi leaves. And I got a little emotional. I remember the scene. It's in the Temple of Time, and it's great, but it's sad. It's so very poetic. So I know the hey annoyed people. It didn't annoy me. It was actually my text message ringtone. My old phone. Yeah, it drove my friends crazy. They wanted to smash my phone, but I have to go with that.
It's like a video game equivalent of the safety pin from Microsoft Word, and like crossbred with like a Jack Russell Terrier. Like Navi is the most. I'm glad you like
I love Navi.
But
yeah, I felt the best connection with Navi. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's all 4 questions. Thanks so much for joining us.
Cal. I just want to say to Cal, I told you I'd be quick, buddy, because I know you got to get on.
What you want to plug anything?
Mine is the Fury's done for the season, but I also co-host a wrestling podcast with Cal the Kingslayer and Delisha, Aftermath. The next episode is on Monday, 8 o'clock, so definitely check that out. And you can find me on Twitter at mmkoch, 200, and you can let me know what you think. No Stannis tonight. There we go.
Well, there wasn't until you brought him up.
Oh, oops.
Just keep talking. Just entertain us.
Oh, okay. You can find me here on Mondays for all these shows for OSP. I love OSP. I'm going to definitely do that 30-minute thing for Odd Shape Channel. So
No,
definitely
not
be on the
30
lookout for
minutes.
that. I mean, excuse me, 30 seconds.
30
excuse me.
seconds.
I could talk for 30 minutes because that's how great it is, but it will be 30 seconds. Don't worry.
You're gonna kill the editing.
I will deliver it. Don't worry, buddy. And bye, Kimber. I know you're in the background somewhere. I just want to say bye.
I hear ya.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Bye. So you.
Oh, by accident.
Aw.
Hello, Twin. Thank you, Corey, for getting a few more viewers for us tonight. Special shout out to Wild Chicken Nugget and Twin Moon Elder.
They are making me want
Who-
chicken nuggets.
I know.
So bad.
We're gonna get chicken nuggets. But they came over apparently from Pogo's Twitch channel or
Fun fact: what do I call the cat?
a nugget.
A nugget. Nugget head.
Okay.
Because he's a nugget.
He's a
Or
wild
she,
chicken
I
nugget,
don't
or she.
presume.
I don't know if nuggets have genders, but I'm sure we'll know. So wiggling for you guys and Corey Williams. Well, keep on wiggling. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was jiggling. I'm thinking of an Aqua Teen Hunger Force reference. Commence the jiggling. All right, Corey, if you don't call in, man, I'm skipping you. Answer the phone.
Can't skip him. He has people here to watch.
I can only do so unless I like come up with a Shia LaBeouf-esque Corey mask.
I just saw an article online. Man stabs his friend 19 times for spoiling the last episode of Game of Thrones.
I'll do
I
it.
don't know if they could hear me, but
Did you guys hear that? Guy stabbed his friend 19 times for spoiling Game of Thrones. I'm just saying, watch what you tweet.
I wish it was the pop culture episode because I'm getting stuff right
Why?
now.
What is all this stuff? Oh wow!
Pictures from the set of
I really
Good
like that.
Omens.
He kind of looks like
They look so good.
Doppelcooper.
Woo.
You're not getting the invite.
We will be doing probably a Good Omens recap show for sure.
Yeah, it's another one of my favorite books. Hopefully, treated a little. There he is.
Hello. Can you?
All right. Your video is off. But sweet Star Wars shirt.
Doesn't detect the camera. Oh boy.
It's marked red. So you're looking at the settings.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just pretend that this doll is Corey.
You don't have a porg?
I don't have a porg. No, I was gonna get some Fraggles, but
Oh man.
still no video, huh?
No, it says I don't have a camera. Would you believe it?
Oh.
Sound good.
Well, at least we can hear you. It would have been worse the other way around. So let's dive right into these questions. Maybe your computer will figure out what's up during that time. Our friend Elise asked us, which sidekick outshines their hero?
I gotta go back to old school. Sorry, Chicken Nugget and Twin Moon Elder for not seeing me, because that's what I advertised on here. But I have to go back to the old school and say Sancho Panza. Because while Don Quixote was a little bit of a weirdo, Sancho Panza had all the best lines.
Yeah, that's actually, I didn't even think about like literature
Literary, yeah.
sidekicks. There's so many.
It didn't specify.
So yeah. All right. Well, Cast Gods asked us, what person from history would you choose as your sidekick?
Okay, I thought about this for 2 seconds, and the answer became obvious. I would get a guy named Agrippa, who was the second in command to Emperor Augustus. And the reason why is because if you think about it philosophically for a minute, there's always the guy who has the big idea, right? And he has thinks the big thoughts, does the big things, has the big ideas. But that guy always needs a guy to go behind him and actually do everything. And Agrippa was that guy. He's almost archetypically that guy. He never complained. He never did. Agrippa said, "Go beat Mark Antony, make this problem go away," and he did. He went there and beat the crap out of every army that he was told to beat the crap out of, and never wanted to be emperor. There was no power struggle with him, no nothing. It's just he was a badass.
Nice. Definitely sounds like a genuine friend you have. Is all of his intentions are in the correct places, not like those hooligans on Friends.
I actually came up with an answer for which historical figure I would have liked to be a sidekick for.
That's cool.
And my answer for that is Grace O'Malley.
Oh, the pirate?
Yeah, she was like a badass female pirate, like conqueror, and she was like a beast, and I love Grace O'Malley. So if you guys are into that type of thing, Google her. She's sick. I love every bit of her story. She's so interesting. That's who I would want to be a sidekick to.
She's not sick. She's been dead for a very long time.
No, I
but
mean
she's
like
really
sick.
Cool.
Sick, bruh. That's how I mean it.
You want to ask him number 3?
Sure. Janine asked us, what sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
I wrote something down and then forgot it. Oh, Kilowog. Of course, Kilowog. Kilowog actually taught Green Lantern. And most of the time, he's like a drill sergeant to him. But he does happen to know all the different like ins and outs of the Lantern Corps. And if he ever decided to go wrong, there's no more dangerous enemy you could have. And so yeah, Kilowog was my choice, because if he wanted to take out the Lantern Corps, he could.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like that choice. I see.
Plus, I really just love Kilowog.
Yeah. I see a couple people in the chat saying that they would want to be a sidekick for Tesla. Cool choice. Yeah.
But he already had a pigeon as a sidekick. Guys, he thought he did. Look it up.
Yeah, that's that whole prestige thing, isn't it? Where at least if you were a sidekick to Tesla, there might be 50 of you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right, just one more question here tonight. Tom wanted to know, who do you think is the best non-human sidekick?
You know, everybody took my answers for this, one right off the other. They nabbed my answers. But I have to go, since R2-D2 is now off the table because they nicked it. But I'd have to go with like Bumblebee or Kit. I mean, just like Bumblebee, because Bumblebee is a car that's awesome. and since I'm blind, I can't drive, so having Bumblebee around would actually help.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a really interesting way to weaknesses and then partner yourself up with somebody who could help you specifically based on what you need. I like that.
Yeah, isn't that what a sidekick is? I mean,
yeah.
Batman got Robin so that Robin would be more optimistic than he was, because he's a depressed little shit, Batman.
Yeah,
so I mean,
I see my dad in the chat here, so I'm going to give out an honorable mention to a character he hates, and I'm going to pick Hey Hey the chicken from Moana. One for you, Dad.
I do like Hey Hey. Hey Hey's funny.
He's like, how is this chicken still alive? He was getting heated.
Oh yeah, and for my friends in the chat, arise, chicken. Okay.
Oh, gee. Ultra Mega Chicken? He is but legend.
Sorry.
BillyWitchDoctor.com.
Did you have anything that you wanted to plug real quick before you get out of here for tonight?
Well, yeah, I'll do my normal plugs. I am at Geometroid on Twitter if you lean that way. Sorry, my camera wasn't working. I didn't have time to fix it. But I will be on next time, which is 2 weeks from now. You know I'll be here because I'm always here. I am the host of the Tech Podcast, which is a week-to-week show about Robotech, with my partner Mac, and our fact checker Kim Hanley and the whole crew. I'm also all over Gamer Grudge, or not Gamer Grudge. I'm not on Gamer Grudge, but the Game Fixers. I'm all around that. I'm always, whenever there's a Game Fixers thing, I'm in it somewhere. So that's where you can find me.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Hopefully where you can see me.
All right, later, buddy.
Well, I said talk to you.
Are we squeezing Cal in?
No one answered me in the chat, so I'm bringing in. Dell said that Cal can go before her, but Joe and Ashley are between them, so I'm going to call Joe and Ashley. Then I'm going to call Cal. Then I'm going to call
If he's
Dell.
still
If
around, I
that's
don't
okay
even
with
see
everybody.
Cal in the chat. I know he said he had to be out by 10:30.
So, I mean, you let me know what you want to do. What was the question that you asked the chat?
I didn't ask a question.
Backstory.
Yeah, the backstory question was a while back.
I had one.
Go for it. They said Cal can come first.
Okay, well, let's
he's still
see
around.
Cal in the chat, and if that's the case,
Oh,
there
here
he
he
is.
is.
All right. Mine for backstory that's cooler than their heroes. I had one, but it just escaped me. I promise you.
Sorry, we missed it. The chat is going by quick.
Yeah.
I need nuggets, man. Suddenly,
No, that's all I'm thinking
suddenly,
about.
I can't get nuggets out of my brain.
If you've seen the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie, the McNugget they had on that was hilarious.
My dad is still hating on Hey Hey. Where's my little Hey Hey?
He's on your boat. I really liked how I thought the pig was going to be the
Pua.
Pua was going to be the sidekick throughout the movie, but he wasn't.
Hey Hey.
Did I even send
I
Cal a
don't think
thing?
he did.
Oh, I
Usually
might have.
it's
I
quick.
think I might have sent one to Joe by accident.
Yeah.
To be honest. So Joe, if I sent you an invite by accident, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. Wait. Yes, I will. But okay, so sidekick with a cooler background story. Man, I think Nightwing losing his parents to like a big explosion while they're doing a big performance is a little bit cooler of a backstory than someone's parents getting shot in an alley. But I can see where people would argue with me that Batman thing than Tim Drake or not Tim Drake.
Hello?
Grayson.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just want to thank Delisha and Joe and Ashley for letting me go first. I know they got to do stuff too, but I got to get up in like a few hours.
No problem. I understand you've had a busy night, so we'll get right through these questions. Elise asks us, which sidekick outshines the hero?
I actually had 3 answers for this, but one I'm going to use later on for the who should turn heel or whatever. So one quick answer was Vanellope von Schweetz or whatever from Wreck-It Ralph. I thought she was adorable. I thought she did a better job than Ralph, but I think Ralph was still good. But my real answer is The Rock, Dwayne, like The Rock, the character of The Rock from WWE when he was in the Nation of Domination. He completely outshined Farouk, who was the leader, and that's what drove Rock to be the person he is today, even like as an actor. But even in the WWE, he worked up his way up the ranks because of that. So he definitely outshined Farouk, and that just made his character exponentially better.
That's cool.
Nice.
I like how we're getting like answers from every like walk of life.
Yeah, I told Tom I was gonna pick Joe Starr as my answer for this question, but
So our buddies at Cast Gods asked, what person from history would you choose to be your sidekick?
Well, we can throw this back to the Blab days where Billy takes my answers, as always. I actually had Leonardo da Vinci, but I'm going to have to go with my other answer as a backup, which is just as good, which was just mentioned like about a few minutes ago, Nikola Tesla, because I think it's just about the equivalent to it, and I think that'd be pretty cool. And The Prestige is a great movie as well.
For sure. Tesla definitely is an interesting person.
Yeah.
He may have gone a little loopy at the end, but don't all the great people go a little loopy at the end?
yes.
I'm loopy right now. So your heel question, Janine asks, what sidekick would you like to take a villainous turn?
My unofficial answer, because he's not a sidekick, is Vegeta, because I don't think he's Goku's sidekick. And I hate Kakarot so much that he should just kill him. Go back to not even be Majin Vegeta, just kill him, because I hate him so much. But my real answer is Styles from Teen Wolf, the new show. I hate Scott McCall, the main character, and Styles like the great person on the show. He's the reason the show is good. And unfortunately, he's in the final season, but not like as a main character. He's like just like on a few episodes, and he's the reason why the show drives itself. And I think he should turn heel. He kind of did in a way, but it's a possession kind of thing or whatever. But yeah, definitely him. And like it's because Dylan O'Brien became such a big person. Like now he was in like the Maze Runner movies and stuff and all, and now he's like an American Assassin, I think it is. So that's why he couldn't be on the show as much. But I really think he should turn heel on Scott McCall, because that would make Teen Wolf a better show. Even though tomorrow or this Sunday's the series finale. But apparently they're gonna reboot it right away, so I don't get it.
All right. Yeah, I haven't watched that show, but I hear things about it.
I hear things.
All right, and for the last one, who is the best non-human sidekick?
I know Janine can't call in, but I think she said BB-8, and I really want to give credit to that. It's a great answer, but for me, it could be any of like the creatures from Game of Thrones. So like the direwolves as a Ghost, I love Ghost as a sidekick, even though we don't get much of him. The dragons for Daenerys' dragons are cool, and even Zombie Mountain could be considered not a human and a sidekick. And the way he's crushed that guy's skull against the wall was awesome, and ripped the other guy's head off or whatever. So like Zombie Mountain or any of the animals from any of the creatures from Game of Thrones would be great.
See, I thought you were gonna say the fireman.
Is he a sidekick though? I don't even know.
I don't know. I guess
if I could choose Senior Droolface, the old guy, that would be my pick. If you can serve as a sidekick.
Nice.
Speaking of Twin Peaks, though, I want to show you this. This is my
nice.
Kyle MacLachlan signed wine.
Well, hello.
I got 3 of those bottles, so 1 to drink. I don't know when I'm going to drink it, but eventually I'm going to drink it. And yeah, and 2 to 1's my cousin's, and 1 I'm going to save just to have.
Yeah,
so it's
for sure. It's awesome, man. All right, well, you want to do?
Not saying that you should save it for our wedding to drink it, but
well, I did message Tom about that. He did not answer me. So
okay, well, first off, you didn't say it was Kyle MacLachlan. Second of all, like
I do like to do surprises, So I mean, I don't.
I meant to answer you, but we were also talking about the new show.
Yep.
Wednesday, which you already blew the lid off of on Gamer Garage. No, I know. I've been posting stuff. I've just.
That's the only reason I said it, because it was posted already.
I know. He was like, I don't know if I'm allowed. I guess, but so why don't you plug everything you got going on right now, buddy?
Yeah. So we have on Wednesday coming up the new show Encrypted. So if you're a huge fan of cryptids or anything paranormal stuff like that, we're gonna be like breaking one down, I guess, every week. I think. It's a cool, fun take on it. We're gonna, we kind of play like Men of Mystery or whatever, and just like look at footages and talk about what I think it should be called Mystery, but I don't know. We don't agree on the title yet, and it's gonna be fun. So if you like cryptids and any paranormal stuff, I know Tom and I have a real passion for that, so that'd be cool to talk about. And then on Monday we got the Aftermath episode that Eric mentioned. I'm sure Delisha will mention again. We're gonna be breaking down No Mercy, so check that out as well. And you can always find backlogs of Night's Watch on Odd Shape channel as well as on my channel as well. So that's pretty much it, I think. And I might start streaming Destiny, because I know Tom wants to see the raid and stuff. So I might stream that on my Twitch. We'll see.
Okay, buddy.
All right. So I just want to thank everybody for letting me skip ahead. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm going to bed now, and I will probably message everyone first in the Twitter chat group chat at like 4 a.m. So I'll see you guys then.
All right.
All
Bye,
right,
buddy.
See you later, buddy.
Can I still do this?
Oh no. gotta warn me before we do. Meanwhile, I gotta frame them and everything. All right. So up next we have. I'm gonna read off the list. If you guys are still here and you still want to call in, let us know. I think Yosef had to go, but he posted his answers earlier. Now I'm calling Delisha.
Where did we put the pen? How do we always lose the pen?
I don't know, babe. I just don't know.
I have pencil. We have Dell, then Ashley and Joe, then TJ, if he's still around. Chase, Bill, Eric, I haven't seen in a while. Is Eric Austin Walker still around? Let us know if you're here in the chat and I haven't mentioned you. Hey Del, how are ya?
Hey guys, tired, but I'm here.
Nice. Well, we have some questions.
I-
Are you ready?
Where were you on the night of
No.
I don't even remember what I did yesterday, Tom.
Oh no.
I see you in the chat, Eric. I have you on the list. Cool. Elise at Lacey2 London asked, which sidekick outshines their hero?
For me, this is kind of, well, not hard. My brain wouldn't work. So I finally settled on Donkey from Shrek.
Nice.
When I think about a lot of the quotes that I quote from the movie, they're usually all from him. Especially my favorite was like, we can never sleep over, we can stay up late, watch movies, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. I say that every time I'm gonna make waffles in the morning. So I think that he is one that outshines not only just the hero, but everybody in that movie, and it's Eddie Murphy, so come on.
I like that. At Cast Gods asked us, what person from history would you choose as your sidekick?
My brain wasn't working, and I think I read this question wrong. Or not with probably the intent it was supposed to be, because I just put Mario Batali. Well, he's been around for a while, so I don't know, maybe that helps me. But I'm gonna stick with that because I love food. And if anyone out there watches The Chew and you've heard like his stories, especially going like New Orleans, you know this guy knows how to party. So I was like, I want to be with him and hang out with him, and we can just like maybe not dine or drivers and dimes it, but just like go on a road trip for like food, and he can just show me all the places to go. And he's an Iron Chef, and he can just teach me all of his greatness.
Nice. Yeah, when me and Morgan were picking Vincent Price, the fact that he was a well-known cook and wrote several cookbooks certainly came into play for us as well. So we're right there with you.
I love my food. You know it.
Yeah, thanks again to Delisha, who showed us all the places to eat when we were in Philadelphia.
Yeah, right.
If there's one thing I'm good for.
Oh, no, you're good for hugs and friendship and all kinds of
personal gas station tours.
That was fun.
So, Janine, you know her, you love her. She asked us, what sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
Okay, after I wrote this down, I've started thinking, I was like, now I'm not sure how this would work. I put down the genie.
Nice.
Mainly because he's so beloved. I think of like every Disney sidekick if they just turned to a villain. But I had to lie down the brain, so I wrote down a genie, and because he has the power to grant these wishes, and if they were used for evil, which they probably were, by somebody, because humans aren't always that nice. So probably some very terrible things. So I was like, that would be kind of bad. So I was like, that would also make a good fable for Aladdin trying to defeat the genie. So I was like, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, Eric A in the chat here is saying that he wouldn't be the genie, he'd be the meanie.
I always liked how when they did Return of Jafar, that like his wishes were like monkey paw wishes. Like he'd be like, I wish I had the lost treasure of blah 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 of Atlantis, and then he would put you underwater, and then like you would drown to get the. So like but I feel like Robin. Well, I'm assuming it's Robin Williams genie. I guess Will Smith is also a contender. But him doing like menacing impressions while he was being a bad guy would be a little bit more intimidating. Like if he was just like, say hello to my little, like doing like weird instead of like the usual like
lighthearted.
Yeah. So that'd be fun.
Nice. All right, one more tonight. Who do you think is the best non-human sidekick?
Well, I have to go back to my Potter genes, and I could have picked Dobby, but I went with Hedwig, because that owl with not even non-verbally communicating. I don't know. Well, I don't know if they really got it right in the movies, but in the books, man, got some sass. Not afraid to let Harry know when he's like being like mean or like, yo, dude, I travel all these miles to be delivering these letters for you. You're gonna feed me some I forgot what the owls ate, but or mice, whatever. But Hedwig had a personality, and who doesn't want a snowy white owl?
Especially who can deliver your mail. I would be like, I lose stuff in the mail all the time. If I'd be like, Hedwig, go get timber from Amazon that is 2 weeks late.
Could have said what Scabbers to freaking Hedwig.
It's not R.R. Martin's Harry Potter, although I'm pretty sure that's how it would go down.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine a George R.R. Martin here? Voldemort would not lose. He would be ruling. He would literally be ruling the wizarding world for longer than a school year.
Only the first book would be a Harry Potter book because he'd kill him off at the end of the first one.
Yeah, the boy who I don't know who, Harry who,
the boy who lived for a while.
For this one book.
Yeah, now I want like an alternate universe where J.K. Rowling wrote Game of Thrones and R.R. Martin wrote Harry Potter.
Nice.
Barry,
oh God.
Barry, make that happen.
We'll fund it. We'll start a GoFundMe.
Crowdfunding, yeah, nice.
For the but do you want to? I know Cal just talked about Aftermath. Did you want to plug that or anything else?
Yeah, you can find us on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, recapping all that went down on WWE's No Mercy happening this Sunday. You can find me not doing my job for Odd Chicago. I'm so sorry, guys. I might have to put that series on hold for a bit because things are getting crazy for me right now.
Oh,
but now I have weekends off, so I might try to do something for this weekend just so I can get something out there.
Yeah, and if anyone's looking for prompts, like I just don't want to assign stuff to people. I want people to be able to write about whatever they want. But if you need a little help, like writing about something, I'll give you something to write about.
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that too. I do good with writing prompts.
I do well too. I just wrote something for Digital and Dice that I'm excited about.
Ooh.
In October, I'll talk about it.
Oh hey.
What happened?
Oh, okay. So you see, Joe has to call back in because his mic never works. But of course, the one time. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh man! Oh, you can just find me on Twitter and Instagram at Delisha_Renee. I want to do that thing that Towns Amina does because that's so cool to put like the little title card right there because that's
yeah. What you do is you go to the side and then there's a thing that says Hangout Toolbox and then you play around with that and you can do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna create one and then I'm not gonna know how to put it up on the screen. That's what it's gonna be.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you later, Del.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Guys, bye.
Bye. Tom, did you email me that? Because I'm horrible at checking my emails. So yeah, anyone who emails me anything, let me know on
You
Twitter.
probably have like 16 articles.
Well, that happened to Ashley. Her Power Rangers review is buried in there somewhere. I'm so sorry.
Look
Ashley.
at her. She's gonna get you.
She is. Look. You guys look so bored. I'm sorry.
No, we're trying to fix something.
Oh.
And you're just distracting us, Tom, with your soothing melodic voice.
I try.
Oh, geez, Tom.
Oh, geez.
Of course, Tim.
Hi.
So, while they're doing that, TJ, I see you in the chat. Definitely, you're up next, followed by Eric Ossenmacher, and if anyone else is still around and wants to call in, let us know in the chat.
I think they figured out their thing.
The
lower thirds. We were just talking about this.
Yep.
Oh, Tib's angry because we didn't put her in the third.
Sorry,
her show's
Tib.
not good. She's running away angry.
She's just grumping.
Do you hear the
Guys, I think the shirt is uncanny.
It pops on that yellow.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I just pull off yellow for some reason.
He's like
Some people can pull it off real well. Like if I put on a yellow shirt, like if it's the wrong shade, it's like, are you sick? It's like, no, I feel fine.
Your natural witch undertones come out.
Yeah, but witch undertones. Yeah.
Yeah, I look terrible in yellow. I cannot wear yellow.
I have one yellow dress that, or it's like got yellow accents and a little cardigan that's really cute, but normally, no, yellow and me don't get along.
You mean you don't want me to pick yellow bridesmaids dresses?
I mean, you pick what you want, girl. I will wear whatever.
She will just burn like a beacon of the sun.
I'm picking cute stuff. I actually, before we get back onto topic, I actually showed somebody the pictures of the dresses that I want you guys to wear, and they were like, "Oh, you're so nice to pick pretty dresses."
Yeah, because some people pick not nice things, like, or things that are like, "Oh yeah, that looked really cool for the '90s," and then they don't hold up so well.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this. Elise, at Lacey2London, asked, "What sidekick outshined for hero?"
All right, Joe's giving me the secret signal to go first. It took me a little bit to think of someone, but this is a pretty obscure show from the 90s. It aired on the USA Network. It was called Duckman, starring, oh gosh, now the actor's name leaves me.
He played George in Seinfeld. Yeah, Jason Alexander.
Yeah, so Duckman is this private detective, but he is just like the worst. And he has a partner named Cornfed, who is a pig in the universe. So, like, all of the creature is an anthropomorphic universe, and Cornfed is way more confident than Duckman. There's one episode where they're like riding around, and Duckman's actually trying to be like a good detective. He's like, "Yeah, Cornfed, what were those called? Glues?" It's clues, Duckman. And he's just like this, like the straight man to Duckman's like crazy, like farcical kind of character. And he's just really great and way more confident. It's a really cool show, very inappropriate. I don't know why my parents let me watch that, but they did, so.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna pick one of the kids from the Crossfire commercial.
Crossfire!
You'll get caught up in it.
Yeah, I did not expect the Duckman poll tonight, so that's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like when the subject matter is really open and everybody gets to pull from like all different stuff, because we've gotten answers from all over tonight and it's been awesome.
I wonder if we're gonna get a video game.
I'm glad other people know what Duckman is, so you never know.
Joe's little smile at what Tom said. What about you, Joe? Video game stuffs?
I have a few. I'm gonna go with the perpetual best friend and sidekick in every of these games, and I'm gonna go with Dogmeat from the Fallout universe.
Nice.
There is always a Dogmeat in Fallout games of some sort, some canine companion. Even Fallout New Vegas had a robo dog that you could get a replacement brain for, and depending on the brain you got him, he would have like different abilities and skills.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He's a fun little companion always. In Fallout 3, when your like compatriots died, they died permanently. But there was a perk you could get for Dogmeat to where, like, if Dogmeat ever died, you could go back to Vault 101 and there'd be Dogmeat puppies. Like you could recruit a new Dogmeat basically.
That's
so
cute.
You'd never lose your Dogmeat.
Also, honorable mention to Toad from Wolf Among Us.
Oh, Toad! Little TJ.
Loaderbot gets all of the glory.
Loaderbot.
I love Loaderbot.
But I'm just gonna throw out there, because of the nature of the Fallout games, all of your sidekicks outshine your main character. From Harold in the original Fallout to oh crud, so many of them in Fallout 4. Nick Valentine, the synth detective, who's like a hard-boiled, like film noir style detective in a robot body. Codsworth, your robot butler, that's your faithful companion.
Nice.
I just like Three Dog. Not a companion, just like Three Dog Radio.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Cogsworth Loaderbot detector, like a cop movie.
Body cop movie.
With Claptrap as the not the general, the sergeant.
The Joe Pesci to their Lethal Weapon.
I wasn't going Lethal Weapon on it. I was going more. Yeah, I guess that works too. I don't know.
All right. So at Cast Gods asked us, which historical figure would you choose as your sidekick?
You over? Okay. I would go. See, this is a really tough one because, like, for me, a historical figure isn't a sidekick. they're somebody that has always been their own thing. But if I had to go with any of them, I would go Aristotle, because he was Plato's sidekick already. So he kind of knows the sidekick business, and he knows how to outshine his mentor anyway. So I can learn some awesome stuff and be all philosophized and all that jazz.
Philosophized. I like it. Ashley, I'm super interested.
Yeah, I'm wondering what everybody thinks
Don't
I'm
do that.
going to say. Earlier, I was thinking of Socrates, but only because of Bill and Ted, because he was so cute with Billy the Kid. But actually,
Socrates Johnson.
actually, I think if I had to pick a sidekick, I would want Abraham Lincoln to be my sidekick because he's such an awesome person.
And he can deliver a damn good speech.
And you know,
So you're just going with, like, the whole Bill and Ted's everyone.
Oh, I thought she was going for the vampire hunting Abe Lincoln. Then you have the
That
best
would
of
be really
both
cool
worlds.
if he did have those skills. Like, I secretly wish that were real. And when you actually read the diaries and you have, like, you know, knowledge of what historical documents would sound like from that time, like, it actually sounds like it would have been written in his voice.
Surprisingly well
It
written.
was very well researched with how he wrote his things.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone like follows like weird presidential history, but I do. So like we all know Lincoln's wife was already going a little crazy, Mary Todd, right?
Super into the occult.
Super into the occult, and she saw a reflection, or she watched Abe Lincoln look into the mirror and saw two reflections, one of him looking happy and healthy, another one looking really sick and like pretty much dead. And so like she interpreted it as his first term he would be fine, but something would happen during the second term. Then when right before Lincoln got assassinated, he had his secretary, whose last name was Kennedy, warn him that he had a bad feeling about that night. And Kennedy's secretary, JFK, was named Lincoln and told him the exact same thing before.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I would kind of buy the whole like occult supernatural angle with Abraham Lincoln. Like he did know more than he let on.
Yeah, he mentioned earlier too. I wanted to ask you, Ashley, have you ever heard like the fan theory basically that Francis Bacon is William Shakespeare?
Yes, I've heard that, and also there's a Christopher Marlowe rumor as well that they're the real authors of all of the Shakespearean works because Shakespeare doesn't have a formal college education. He only went to grammar school. And, you know, how could somebody like write all of those plays? But I don't think there's like a lot of substantial evidence to back up either of those theories.
The Bacon stuff was pretty interesting.
The
yeah.
Bacon stuff's cool. The one argument you hear the most for Shakespeare having the knowledge that he does is that he was the son of a glove maker. So of course the only people buying gloves back then were like fancy
rich people.
Yeah, so like he would know stuff about the court and stuff, but he still wouldn't have, like, we'll send you the video. We have to find it again.
Yeah, that was really interesting, though. They had some pretty compelling stuff.
And Shakespeare is also an anagram. I just don't remember what it's for.
Well, there's
I
love the theory. I love the theory that he was a secret agent for the crown. Like he basically spied on people in the city for the crown. I love that.
Yeah, because like I know the Marlowe rumor, because like Marlowe died under mysterious circumstances in a bar fight, which, you know, not too uncommon for Elizabethan times. And then, you know, like I don't know like the exact like timeline of everything, but yeah, they're like the Marlowe thing is like pretty common. And I thought Francis Bacon said something negative about Shakespeare in a newspaper, but maybe that was a different critic.
Maybe there was a different
deflection.
Covering up his tracks. All right, we should probably get back on track. Janine, that's where we're at, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Janine at Janine Devine asked us, what sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
I went first last time.
Man, why do I have to go first now? Because I didn't think of one yet. I was going to wing it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
This is also one that's relatively tough for me. I don't know, man.
There was a lot of good answers so far. I really liked yours, Kimber, about John Watson turning, against Sherlock. I thought that would work really well.
Thanks, dude.
Maybe this has probably happened on Doctor Who before, but maybe like a companion like feeling real jilted by the Doctor and you know, trying to go against them. I mean, if they haven't done that yet, then they probably could, you know, because they're all watching, the showrunners watch this show every day, I'm sure.
It's not like Rory doesn't have the skills to fight the Doctor.
Yeah, if they do it, it's for like half an episode until like the real thing gets cleared up.
Wasn't that kind of like what Me was like though?
Me was exactly what that was like.
Yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know, that's Macy Williams' character in
Ishilda was her name, but she ended up changing it to just Me. She was kind of a concept like that. Yeah, that's
so
interesting.
she's no one in Game of Thrones, but she's Me in Doctor Who.
I know one I thought of earlier that I'd forgotten about until recently. Someone had mentioned Foggy, but I'm really excited to see if they go the route that Karen Page turns on him, because in the comics she does. And I really would love to see how they approach that in the Marvel like Netflix universe.
That's why I didn't say Karen, was because I was scared that if I did say it and then it happened, that I was like,
spoilers.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I did know that it happens in the comics, that she's not the most trustworthy character. And
it's not, she's not the most trustworthy. I think it's just she's slowly getting tired of Matt's crap. And
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't blame her either. It's sad that Daredevil is some of the it's not the best, because they're all fairly decent. You know, I would say they're all fantastic, but Iron Fist is a thing. They're all fairly decent. But Matt's, the second season especially of Daredevil, is just like watch Matt make bad life choices, and it's just the worst. So
nice. They both went right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting tired and I'm so hungry with that nugget stuff.
Nuggets.
Oh, McNugget.
Tom asked. Yeah, dude. Tom asked, who's the best non-human sidekick?
Hi. How are you? Meow.
Your kitty. It sounds like the cat in Nightmare Before Christmas when they turn the cat alarm tail.
She's trying out for the local Nightmare Before Christmas play, I'm sure.
she's very much a Halloween cat. But no, in any of our cats, I could grab and be like, this is our good sidekick, our good non-human sidekick. But if I am choosing someone that isn't an actual like living entity like Tiblet here, I will probably go with Marcus from Fallout 2, voiced by Michael Dorn, who plays Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation. He also shows up as a NPC to chat with in Fallout New Vegas, fun fact. But he is a super mutant and a soldier from the Master's Army from Fallout 1, who is your companion in Fallout 2. And he's just such a good guy. He's like, he leads a town where all the people of the Waste can go and live together, like mutants and ghouls and robots and whatever else, whoever, it doesn't matter. Runner-up from Fallout 2 goes to Gorus, the sentient Deathclaw who loves to read and wears a cloak around.
Nice.
I don't think Tiblet agrees with you. She's jealous. I'm going to go with Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy. I just love Groot so much, especially in the first movie where like he just has this childlike innocence to him, even though he's like 10 feet tall or whatever, however tall Groot actually is. And I love it when they're going over the plan at the prison. Like, okay, we got to do this and we got to get that battery. It's up there. And Groot's like, I'm a helpful spider. I'm going to like go and get the battery. And that's absolutely the last thing we have to do in that dramatic irony moment where he like ripped it off and then all the chaos happens.
I love too, while he's doing that, you just have Drax in the little corner of the screen watching him. Just like, huh.
I should and he doesn't have the wherewithal to go, yeah, I should probably say something because of this, the way Drax's mind works too. And then later on at the end of Guardians 1 where like he protects everybody and like the We Are Groot, and it's like, oh, he changed his syntax. That has such a significant meaning to change his syntax. He's the most dynamic character in that movie because of that.
He increased his vocabulary by 66%.
Yes.
Tom was saying he's cool because in the first one, Rocket is kind of like his sidekick, like on his on his shoulder and stuff. And then they do the switch because Groot is little in the second one, and they kind of like now he's carrying him around on his shoulder. It's
He's like
This is awesome.
he's like the entire team's sidekick in the second one.
Yeah, he's like the mascot. Paula Holmes in the chat says Groot, but imagine teenage Groot being like seduced by a charismatic villain. How do the Guardians approach that?
She hates teenage Groot.
It's so gross.
Much.
It grosses me out so much at the end of the movie to see his room. Like, I want to throw up every time.
We have a little teenage Groot pop vinyl. He's like,
Yeah, the
we
pop
have all of them. We have a
because you don't see this gross branches and leaves everywhere. It's like, clean your room, Groot, and he's like, I am Groot.
Good.
Have you seen the extended scene? Well, probably not. He's playing his video game, and Chris Pratt's like, "Oh, what are you doing there? You killing aliens? Well, you know, I've killed like 3 times the amount of aliens you've killed in real life." Like, it's pretty funny, the little back and forth.
I died of laughter at the. Well, now I know who Yondu felt.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that he brought the eye that he was trying to get in that Rocket was trying to get in the first film over to him.
Yo, I love when the baby Groot just brings over like a random thumb.
Do you have
Whatever.
a giant thumb or something?
It's like a toe or a thumb or something. They're like, nope, don't know where he got
When
that.
he's dancing around when they're fighting the big gross thing at the beginning, and it's like, yes, Groot, I see you. Hi. Hi, Groot, I'm trying to kill something.
Oh, when he has to say goodbye to Gamora when they split up, and his eyes are just all big and anime, and you're like, oh, little Groot.
All right. Well, that's all the questions.
That's all of
Yeah.
them.
So did you guys? I know you guys are always busy. With, you want to plug your most recent stuff?
Sure.
Well, we just did a live BFF yesterday over Pirates, a band of misfits, or the band of misfits, whatever.
Yeah, the American title, but the UK title was The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, a cute little movie from the same studio that does Wallace and Gromit stuff, so check that out.
I announced yesterday a show I will be doing in the near future called Joe with Joe, and it's just like a chat discussion show. The first one will be a yes.
Get me on that.
I'm going to discuss in the first episode like what I want to do with like guests and things like that. There'll be quite a few episodes I'll have guests on, but there's a large amount of, or not large, a number of them I'll just be kind of like doing a video essay, but it's a little more interactive. The people watching can submit questions and we'll chat about it and all sorts of fun stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
Looking forward to
A
it.
video seminar, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how he pitched it to me, so I was like, go for it, dude.
So,
The
my
cats
God.
are not happy about it, though. They didn't get,
Hey.
their thesis got in trouble, so.
It's live. You don't have to edit, and we love that.
Oh, yes.
Yep. So,
All right.
We know the rules of editing.
and we'll have another BFF this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday at 7 Eastern over a unforeseen
Something.
media of some kind.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm excited to discuss once my choices are locked in. I'm excited to talk about one of them with Joe. I think he's gonna like it. So
Interesting.
yeah, well, I'm an interesting guy. But
Sure.
we always love having you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
And we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day at school.
We will do that as a command. Bye.
Eric, oh man, expert on sidekicks over here. I say that. I guess maybe not sidekicks, young heroes. Kind of the whole point of the show, right? 402. Where are you, Paul?
That's Holmesy. He's been on fan fiction and stuff.
Where is he?
He's British, I think.
Oh, that makes more sense. Sorry, I can't keep any of them straight.
Yeah, he fought on
No, I remember. Yeah.
Battle of the Brits
I got
episode,
you.
I think.
It's all coming back to me now. First, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Let me tell you how
Mark Ruffalo what?
put a picture of Bill drinking coffee and wrote having an Agent Cooper moment as his caption. Thank you.
Okay.
With a little cup of coffee and a donut icon. You sleepy, go to sleep, Mavis.
Eric took a shower to record his 30-second spot for us. You're ridiculous, Eric. I appreciate it, though. Hey, Pink Mouth. I'm talking to the cat. I don't call Kimber Pink Mouth.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How's it going?
That's going good. It's going good. A surprisingly difficult time choosing questions for a sidekick thing, especially since you know Young Justice. But
yeah,
I'll manage. I'll manage.
I was saying you're kind of the expert on sidekicks, but not.
Pokemon too. Pokemon are sidekicks.
Yeah,
Pokemon are sidekicks, I guess. Yeah, I guess they are the ultimate sidekick, huh?
Pikachu definitely outshines them.
All right. Well, you should have thought about that.
Oh, I liked my choices.
Well, let's give Eric a chance to answer. Our friend Elise asked which sidekick outshines the hero.
And you know, of course, I got to go right back to Young Justice, and I gotta say that when you ask somebody a hero's name and a sidekick name, and the reply back you get is the same name for both, it's absolutely Wally West outshines Barry Allen 100%. Because, like I said, if you ask people who is the Flash, they'll answer Barry Allen, and they'll ask who is Kid Flash, they'll answer they'll answer Wally West, and they ask who is Kid Flash, and they'll say Wally West, because it's just like he was the Flash for 25 years, I think, and it's like he's just like a much better character, and I'm like comparatively I don't like him as much in CW's Flash, but that's because he's a combination of old Wally and new Wally, which are two different characters in the comics right now. So it's a different direction with the character, but the classic Ginger Wally West is probably the sidekick that outshines the hero 100%.
Yeah, as far as Young Justice goes, I would almost say Speedy, who becomes Red Arrow. Well, depending on how you follow the line. He seems so much more capable than Green Arrow sometimes, and I don't know. Like, I understand Green Arrow, like it's a good balance because like they did it when Dick became Batman. They had to get like this gruff Robin so that they had like the balance, and Green Arrow is so like campy and like happy all the time, at least in most depictions of Green Arrow, that like the gruff Red Arrow really works for it, and they're able to do that without hooking them to drugs, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, Cascades asked us, what person from history would you choose as your sidekick?
See, now here's where I get a little contentious, because Ashley threw out my answer as a joke, but I'm going with Socrates, mostly because I'm hoping that it'd be exactly like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Nice.
Who doesn't want that?
You don't want to go to the water park with Napoleon?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he is a little too crazy for me. He's gotta... And also, like Napoleon is a leader. This question would be much easier if it was the other way around.
For sure.
Because it's like, who from like Joe said, who from history would you like to claim yourself to be better than to have them be the sidekick?
True story. All right. So Janine asked us, what sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
See, I'm like, and also with this one, I'm just like, I sat there and I'm just questioning. I'm like, I can't think of anything. And then it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to start running through things in my head. And then eventually I made it to National Treasure. So I'm like, I want Riley to take an evil turn in National Treasure 3 because, you know, it's kind of set up that he's always getting the short end of the stick with everything compared to Ben. And it's just like, you know what? Maybe he wants to be the villain from now on. See how Ben operates without Riley in his corner.
Nice, that's interesting. Like I said, I really appreciate the all the huge range of answers we've got tonight.
Well, I mean, sidekicks have been a staple forever.
It's in everything, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you always need that loyal companion for a good story.
Yep. Speaking of, who do you think is the best sidekick that is not human?
I mean, I guess this is a little bit of a cheat because it's a non-human sidekick to a non-human hero, but I'm going to go with Miles Tails Prower, you know, the sidekick to Sonic the Hedgehog, who, you know, can fly a plane. He's super smart. He can propel himself, defying physics with two tails spinning behind him. There's so many cool things. Like, it's like when you're playing with Sonic and Tails, you know, Tails can actually physically lift Sonic into high places. It's like, and he's got like the best story in Sonic Adventure because it's just like the whole like.
I always favored Tails over Sonic. I think the character design is way cuter, and he's like orange, which is my favorite color. I love Tails.
Yeah, it's he's definitely always been a favorite for me since I first saw him. He's just like a cool, smart kid, and like that's something you can identify with when you're a kid.
Nice. All right, well, that's actually all the questions for tonight. Did you have some stuff you wanted to plug?
No, I don't, unfortunately, because you know, Just Whelmed is still on hiatus. I don't know when they'll be back. Probably whenever Fan Friction goes back on hiatus. just so everybody's not busy all the time. So
Yeah,
whenever that happens, Just Whelmed will probably come back and we'll start talking season 2 of Young Justice.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. And I remember we're talking about maybe doing 2 episodes instead of 4.
Yeah, I was
awesome.
thinking that too, because yeah, those episodes did get long when we had a lot to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it the book thing?
We'll ask him in the chat again.
All right, Eric. Well, always nice to see you, and hopefully we will see you again soon.
Oh, of course you guys will. So see you guys later.
All right,
see
buddy.
you soon, buddy.
Oh, I like Eric. Nice guy.
Matt,
Matt, can you send us your email in the chat again? We always we always forget what it is. Did you try typing his name in? It doesn't.
He's the only person now whose name doesn't bring up their email. Hi, cutie, you're gonna fall.
So we still have Mac. I see Raul is here. We can have Raul after Mac if he wants to call in. And I also saw Sam in the chat. So that's the list for now.
I saw chicken nuggets in our future.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting shoes on shortly so that we can go get nuggets immediately after. Waiting on you, Mac, to give us your email in the chat. All right. If I don't hear from Mac in the next 15 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and call Raul. Oh, here we go.
Boom.
It is the.
You threatened them.
1988.
I
need to save that somewhere. He's the new Cal.
Yeah, right. It's the 19 because his Twitter handle doesn't have the 19 in it, so I always forget it.
Szechuan sauce? No, I like sweet and sour if I'm at McDonald's.
Yeah, and we didn't join the raffle for the H3H3 podcast where they actually auctioned off Szechuan sauce. What the hell? Auctioned off the Szechuan sauce for hurricane relief. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not typing.
Yeah, that's not working.
You have to write .com, but it wasn't letting you.
Oh.
It's still not working.
Yeah.
That's weird. For some reason, Mac, when he's putting your name in there, it's not letting us hit invite. The invite button is just like whited out.
Are you sure that's your email address?
Let's get Raul in here in the meantime, and then we will try again. I feel bad, but we do got to keep the show rolling.
Y'all know how much you want chicken nuggets right now.
You pre-spelled his
Cut rock. First name, boom.
See, let us invite Raul. Fine. I don't know why.
Oh, jeez.
What happens every week, Eric? Nuggets? That doesn't happen every week. It's new.
Yeah, it's a new meme.
The buckfan1988@gmail.com. Yeah, we tried that. That's weird. Let us just because
after the call, we'll try again. Maybe
yeah.
it needs to do something.
Okay, we sent you an invite, Raul.
Hey, you're cute.
Tom's just petting our little sidekick Mavis here.
She's being good, so I'm trying to encourage her to stay good. We have this big leftover box that we got today in the mail, just a box, and she loves it. We made a little bed for her in there until we get it out of here because it's pretty big. Yeah. I tucked it under the table though. It's not in the way.
It's funny because I ordered a box and then they sent it to me in a huge box. Yeah.
It's like a little Russian.
Like a nesting doll of box. Yeah. Russian nesting box. Raul, did you get that, or should we send you another invite? Are you still here?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Here he is.
I knew I would call him in with my...
Hey, Raul.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Fine. I was a little sleepy like 3 minutes ago and I just wake up.
Aww. Well,
I'm glad you're here, yeah.
Welcome back to the world, buddy.
Oh, I know.
Well, good morning. Are you ready to have a bunch of questions thrown at you?
I found the pen.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Elise asked us, which sidekick do you think outshines their hero?
Oh, Hermione in Harry Potter.
Nice.
Because Hermione is the one that she's so smart. She's always the one that always says, "Oh, you need this." Hermione always, she's always the one that knows everything. And I sometimes, even though I love the books and the movies, sometimes I would really like to be Hermione the focus of the films and also of the books. But even though I like the three characters, but Hermione always outshines Harry.
I love that choice.
She's also the only one that actually like physically attacks somebody.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone like doesn't. It's like no one thinks about fists. They're always like, "Oh, gotta get my wand out."
I feel like Hermione should have been a Ravenclaw.
It's fine, but she wouldn't have had the same relationship with them if she was.
Yeah, like she was put into that house so that she would match the other ones. But I feel like she belongs in Ravenclaw.
She might have been able to pick what the hat said to her.
True story.
That's true. That's interesting.
Yeah, at Cast Gods asked us, which person from history, like which historical figure, would you choose as your sidekick?
That was a hard one because there's so much better historical figures than me. So why do they want to be my sidekick? But that is a hard one. Yeah, like I would like. I could reverse the question. I would like to be the psychic. I would like to be the psychic of J.K. Rowling.
Nice. And why is that?
Because I would like to see the inception of the whole story because we know how she started writing the books and Harry Potter and everything, but I would like to see because she always had a lot of like dark thoughts in her head because she just had a divorce, and I was like, I could be the one that cheers her up and like to keep writing So it would be like a win-win for both of us. I would know more about the role, and also she get cheer up.
Yeah, but I mean, be careful what you wish for. It could be like an alternate universe thing where you go back there and she hears you sing one time and all of her troubles go away.
And then she never writes the books.
it.
Yeah.
Or there's books out there in the multiverse called Raoul Potter.
Oh yes, there could be a Mexican school, so that's a benefit.
Nice.
I mean, there's plenty of Mexican imagery in Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, because of Alfonso.
Yeah. I love those
in
statues.
In my alternate universe, Alfonso Cuarón maybe directed all of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that.
And they're in Spanish. And you have to watch the subtitles.
Yes.
And they're like a little more over the top because we know Raul loves his Spanish soap operas. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Voldemort will be so over the top.
All right, so Janine asked us, which sidekick would you like to have seen take a villainous turn?
I was thinking like there's a lot of psychic that I already know that they have like a villainous turn, but I would have like I would have liked to see I have always imagined this, but recently, I would have liked to see Samuel Tarly as a villain, because even though Cal always, I know that he hates Sam, but yeah, I imagine like maybe he's the one that he's the puppet master throughout the whole thing, and also he's one of the favorite characters of George R. R. Martin. Or it's like he's the final thing that no one notices. Maybe he was the little finger to Littlefinger the whole time.
Well, I think that Samuel Tarly is definitely how George R. R. Martin sees himself.
He's Tyrion.
Okay, maybe Samuel's the response to how people see him then, because I definitely think he puts himself into Sam. But what else does George R. R. Martin like to do? Kill everyone. So, I mean, it could be in Sam's blood. I mean, Sam could kill Jamie. I'm waiting for Cal to just pop up somewhere and be like, that would never happen.
Cal's having a nightmare
like,
right now, and he doesn't know why. Yeah.
It's like chasing a car.
Nice, I like that. That's interesting. All right, just one more question for you tonight, Raul. Who do you think is the best non-human sidekick?
Castiel from Supernatural.
There you go.
Good answer.
I like that.
I was like, I hope that no one picks it. Like Castiel, he's a great sidekick. He will always protect you. He will die for you. And also, even the thing that I also like from Castiel, he always learns new stuff because he doesn't know much. That's the thing that I like from Castiel, and also how you see his change. Like before, he only protected Dean because that was his purpose, and then he loves Dean because he's part of his family.
He's his boyfriend.
Yeah. Also, they're still forever.
Plus, I mean, Misha is just a great actor to be able to not only portray himself in alternate realities, he does that multiple times.
Eric Osemacher likes it too. He said, good poll. He didn't even think about Cass.
Yeah, because season 4, Castiel. Season 5, Castiel without any powers. Season 6 and 7, Castiel Leviathan / Castiel without memory. Castiel season 8, when he's puppeteered by the angel lady. Season 9, when he's a human. So Castiel has been through a lot.
What were you saying, Tom?
I feel like if this came out of any other character's mouth, it would sound like insanity garbage. But when when Cass, when he's human for a while and then he gets his abilities back, but he's eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and he's like, man, I miss like the taste of it. And he's like, well, you can't taste the peanut butter and jelly. He's like, it's just molecules. Like that's all. Like I can taste the atoms. I can't taste the peanut butter and stuff. He just the writing of the character is really good, and he just sells everything really.
Yeah, and he's such a great actor. I loved when he was like doing his Lucifer thing too, and like hippie orgy Castiel is forever my favorite.
Even his Misha.
Yeah,
playing himself was great.
Oh my god!
Do you ever get the feeling that someone's watching in your back seat?
Hello, mis amigos.
Yeah, mis amigos. Oh man.
J and J, right? He was
Oh,
calling.
yes.
All right, Raul. Do you have anything you want to plug real quick?
Oh yeah, I yesterday got record a podcast with Troy Luxon. It's on his channel. Also, you can find the link on my Twitter. We talk about movies, TV shows, box office, weekly reviews, and we're gonna do the same this Sunday. And so now I have a podcast. Now I have something to plug, not only my Twitter and also my Twitter, Raul Bader RDC, and I'm always on top and on OSP as always.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, man. What's the name of the channel again?
Oh,
Or where's this podcast found?
yeah, it's on Troy's channel. So you need to Google Troy Luxton, and so it's on his channel, his personal channel. But also the name of the show is the Monday Show. For now, we're thinking about a name, so maybe it's gonna take us time because we want to name like the Smalls or something like very original. But for now, it's the Monday Show.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, Raul. We will definitely check that out.
Mhm.
And
Well,
we'll
thank
see
you
you
so
soon.
much,
You have a
guys.
good rest of your night.
You too.
Of course.
No problem. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Doesn't want to let you out. There it is.
We're
we're
gonna
gonna-
try to call you again, Mac, and finish up.
Yeah, there we go.
the
Yeah.
night with you. Now it's
Now,
working.
now it's fine. Weird.
It just wanted to talk to Raul first, I guess.
It's like I miss Raul.
It's like, no, you finish the night with Mac. That's how we've been doing things.
Well, and sometimes Mormo pops in
Yeah.
last minute. Speaking of Mormo, tomorrow night, we're gonna have the Mormo Zone, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our guest is Carl Baedecker, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He does like a theater-esque podcast where he records horror plays,
That's cool.
and they're gonna be discussing, you know, they're gonna be talking about more about the workings of a podcast. So like recording audio, promoting your podcast, marketing it. So it's going to be a little bit more of a technical thing than our usual pop culture thing. But I mean, for every one of us who like do stuff with the internet and microphones and cameras, I'm sure you will learn something and at least meet somebody new. So please check us out, Mormo and Carl, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be in the chat, and I will definitely remind you on Twitter. Hey, Mac.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Pretty good.
We're
I
gonna
don't know
turn
what's
you up.
going on.
It's his hand, I think.
Oh,
Oh, that was my face, sorry.
what is that?
Oh, that's the best game of all time.
Okay, one second, Mac. So you're coming in really weak. I'm going to call you back because sometimes that will reset the connection, okay?
Gotcha. You're right here.
Yeah, it was a little choppy.
Yeah, I didn't want to
We wanna
have
be
to
able
ask him.
Hear him what he's saying. We're gonna talk to Mac, but all I can think about is some Mac nuggets. Gotta be honest.
Put on them shoes.
I'm getting them socks and shoes right now.
When you go there, can you grab my shoes?
You need shoes?
Yeah. Da 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 da. There should be a invite waiting for you, Mr. Mac. All dressed in black, black, black with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down his back, back, back.
Yeah, an extra special shout out to Eric A in the chat there for hanging out. We appreciate you.
Also, we're on Instagram now. I know that's not that big of a deal, but check us out on Shape Channel.
Is that better?
Lots of pictures of Mavis. Yeah, I can hear you. You sound much better. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit, but
All right.
All right, you're good. What's up, man? How's it going?
Not much. Just a little tired.
Yeah, man, you had a long day.
Yeah, I did. The show, I was trying to get to that. I was trying to get home, and I had to start 7:30, and I was like, oh, man, I'm so tired. But I got through it, so.
Yeah, it was a good turnout, and I got to follow some new people on Twitter, so that's always fun.
And also, I'm trying to get some more people. I forgot to plug the show. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
bring some people along here.
Cool.
For sure. So speaking of bringing some people along, let's talk sidekicks. I'm also a little disappointed. Nobody caught my reference to the name of the episode. I thought it would have been brought up. Did none of you watch Sky High? Come on, it's not sidekicks. It's called hero support.
Don't worry. I got an answer for a movie that's based on something. But go ahead and give it something. Give it to me.
Sure. Elise asked us, which sidekick do you think outshines the hero?
Oh, this is so simple. I'm surprised nobody picked Chuck Norris from Sidekicks. He literally outshined Jonathan Brandis every time. Or does that count? That don't count.
If the character's a sidekick, the character's a sidekick.
hmm He's a sidekick at the end.
I do not know enough to have.
Yeah, I can't judge it personally because I don't really know it.
All right.
At Cast Gods asked us, which person from history would you choose as a sidekick?
Richard Pryor.
Nice.
It got to be him. Yeah, because I would love for him to just be right beside me. I'd be doing something and he'll just give me like a comedic joke and I'd be like, "Give me something, Rich. I need something to get me through the day." And he'll tell me a joke. I was like, "Oh, that's so good." So I just need him as my sidekick. It'll be awesome. Also,
along with his talent though, his habits too. So get ready for landslide friendship. Yeah.
See, I was thinking that my favorite comedian is George Carlin, but we would probably depress the shit out of each other. I don't know if that's a good choice for me.
Well, I mean, I could deal with Richard Pryor. I could deal with it. Oh, can you see me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I can deal with it.
So question 3 comes from Janine Dubine. She asked us, what sidekick, what was it? Villainous turn?
Yes. What sidekick would you like to see take a villainous turn?
Ooh, this is a good one. I would have to go with I would love to see actually I would want to see Roll from not Roll, I would like to see Zero from Mega Man, and it already happened, but I want to see Zero take a villainous turn in the games because it'll be nice to see him instead of Sigma take that villainous turn because Zero is so strong, and I always wanted to see that because in the games you could play against Zero, but I always wanted to see Zero and Mega Man go at it in a fight. It's like Zero be the main villain instead of being because surprise it's Sigma. That's just me. Sorry.
Yeah, I always thought Zero was interesting, but he always felt like a weak sauce Vegeta. Like he never had that like complete arc where he actually got to like do something about it. I don't know. Like he became an ally way too quickly, it seemed.
Yeah, I just wanted to see him as a villain one time, so I'd like to see that.
Interesting. All right, last question for tonight, but definitely not the least. Tom wanted to know, who's your favorite non-human sidekick?
Now, Eric has picked a good one because I thought, oh, that's a good one. Tails is a good one. I can go better. I can actually know I'm a Mega Man fan. Seeing in the poster behind me, I love Mega Man 3. I'm going to have to go with Rush, and here's why.
Nice.
Rush is the best companion, other than Dogmeat, who is a good one. Rush can turn into a Coil. Rush can turn into a Marine. Rush can turn into he can do it all. He also can hoverboard. A freaking he can turn into he can give you as an adapter and give you all these powers. It's got to be Rush. He's the awesome companion to Mega Man. Without him, he couldn't probably defeat Wily all 9 of those times. Well, all 6 of those times. But yeah, it got to be Rush for me.
Eric Osamacher in the chat says he almost went with Rush being the one who went evil.
Yeah, you suck, Eric.
Have you seen the Rush pop vinyl?
Not yet.
Oh man, it's like the cutest one they have.
I gotta
Rush
see
is
it.
the red dog from Mega Man.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture later.
The only Rush I know is
the
like
band?
the band. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Rush,
once you see,
Rush
you're like,
the
it's so
band.
cute.
Cool. Well, that's all the questions for tonight, buddy. You want to go ahead and plug your stuff real quick?
Yeah, as you saw, I was on Gamer Grudge. I'm the host. It was a great show. We had a good turnout. Thank y'all for coming out. Um, we want next week. I'm going to be doing like I said, with the Tech Podcast with Corey. I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff. I'm going to take a break next week finally and relax. And then I'm back at it with Gamer Grudge the following week, and we're gonna have 3 more contestants come in. So if y'all want to be on Gamer Grudge, hit me up on Twitter at Tampa Bay BuckFan88, or you can follow me on. You can talk to me on GG Game Fix. You can go follow me on there, and we'll talk. We'll love to have you on. And also, if you want some thumbs, go talk to Tom. He gives you some good thumbs.
Yeah, I do thumbs once in a while. Only for a few select people right now because we're doing so much over here at OSP. But thanks for the shout out. And just a quick question: what month are we doing the champion thing?
December.
December. Oh, okay, phew. Because I was like, man, I hope I didn't double book something. So I have plenty of time.
Nah,
Right,
it's probably said it's probably gonna be like the first weekend in December, probably Saturday. Also, I got me a guest judge, so get ready.
Ooh.
It's gonna be
cool. Oh,
fun.
you got wait. Are you fighting?
Oh yes, I'm fighting. I didn't make those videos. Oh, believe me, this is just Mac. When I fight, you're gonna get the Buck fan, and I'm gonna do an entire entrance and everything. So that's like Mick Foley. I'm just saying,
Mac Foley.
Mac Foley. There we go. Yes.
Well, oh man, I'm trying to make a mankind pun, but I can't right now.
Funny story if you like Mick Foley. When we went to the con in Philly with all the
Oh my
tough
God.
people, I saw this kid walking around, and like we were playing a game for like half an hour trying to figure out if he was dressed as Mick Foley or if he just looked like Mick Foley.
Oh goodness! Did it turn out to be actually Mick Foley?
He turned and he had a sock on his hand, so I'm going with dressed as man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, my favorite is Cat. My favorite ego is Cactus Jack because he was just crazy as Cactus Jack. I'm just saying that.
I did a Cactus Jack tattoo on my brother, so you are not alone in that.
Yeah, I love him because he just does the craziest thing. Every time you see Cactus Jack pop up, I was like, "Oh crap, it's gonna be fun." So,
all right, buddy. Well, we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks for hanging out and waiting to call in. We appreciate that.
no problem. Always a pleasure to come on.
See you later.
Bye.
Good night.
We are at this point to hear one way or the other if Sam wants to call in.
So while we're waiting, I take a nap. We're going to talk about what's going on this week on Alche Panel, or Channel. That's the channel's name. Alche Panel is this show, which is about to end. This week on Alche Channel, we have Mormo Zone tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, they're going to be talking about, the ins and outs of doing a podcast and how it relates to the horror genre, too. Maybe things are different in the horror genre podcast industry. I don't know. And then Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing Encrypted with Cal and I, and we'll be discussing the American Wild Man, Sasquatch. So we'll be talking about, general history of the myth behind Sasquatch.
Now, are you doing like all creatures that are like Bigfoot, or are you just doing
all North American creatures that are like
so
skunk ape, Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
You're not going Yeti and stuff.
I'm not going Yeti. We're not going Yuri. We're gonna do a separate segment on that. Bumble Snowman, all those.
Cal. Maybe say Cal. Sam has confirmed, so we can go ahead and give Sam a call here, and he's gonna be our last caller for the night. Thank you to anyone who is still watching at this point. We appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, and if you're not watching live, thanks for watching all the way through. We know it's a long show, but we try to get everybody on our soapbox. We try to make a big soapbox for everyone to stand on at once.
Eric, are you a Squatch because you're so elusive? Is that what it is? What's a bunny yip?
No.
Is that an Australian Sasquatch?
I thought Yuris were Australian. What's a bunny yip?
A bunyip. It's like a mythical thing in Irigura.
What does it look like?
I think there's different things they look like. I think the yowies is sort of like bunyip. I don't know if you have the chocolate yowies things over there. Looks like a Kinder Surprise.
Huh. We'll have to look into that one. I've never heard of that one.
I think we should do an episode on it. Eric's like, no, I'm just Harry. All right, well, our questions for tonight is from Elise, and she asks, which psychic... Oh.
Hello?
Hello! Oh no, what
Can you hear
happened?
me? Nothing.
We can hear you.
You just stopped talking halfway through the sentence, so I was confused.
No,
No, we're
it cut out.
talking.
Weird. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, which psychic outshines their hero?
I don't know if it counts, but I'm going to say the bride from Kill Bill. She pretty much outshines Bill. She even kills Bill. Spoiler alert. Sort of in the title.
And at one point, she was like his lackey or a
Yeah.
psychic. So yeah, that works. Nice. Cast Gods asked us, what person from history would you like to choose as your psychic?
Jack the Ripper. Only because I'm huge into mysteries and unsolved mysteries and things, and I'd love to know who Jack the Ripper actually was. I've spent a lot of my life reading into all the theories and watching all the movies and all that sort of thing. So partially just to find out who Jack the Ripper actually was. And there's also a growing list of people that I wouldn't mind turning up mangled in an alley.
Oh my gosh.
That's
dark, buddy.
I mean, would you trade in his like identity after the fact and be like, "Yo, give me some money. I know who Jack the Ripper is. Look at my books."
I'm sure I could cut a book deal.
Or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could kill Jack the Ripper and then Jack the Ripper now.
I was gonna say, if he starts publishing his findings, he might just get taken to jail because he knows too much about the murders.
Yeah.
How can he not be Jack the Ripper? He might be. He was never caught, babe. Sam could be Jack the Ripper.
Wants him to come up with some son of Sam and the son of Sam.
Son of Sam lives in our county in New York. He's about 20 minutes away from us. Yes, Janine DeBean asks, what psychic would you like to see take a villainous turn?
I'm going to say Clyde from Every Which Way But Loose, the orangutan. I want to see him go over and do a Planet of the Apes crossover where he's evil and ripping off faces, doing right turns, punching people out.
That's dark, buddy. You're just going to some grim places tonight.
Hey, you're the one with the evil question. I'm just answering it best of my ability.
Technically, Janine's the one with the evil question.
True story.
Hopefully it meets up with her standards.
One last one, and Eric is saying that he hoped the son of Sam currently doesn't have a dog.
No.
No, he's in prison, and he do not have dogs there. But at best,
Just because he's in prison doesn't mean he doesn't have a dog talking to him.
That's my new Twitter handle.
So Tom wanted to know who you think the best non-human sidekick is.
Okay, so we'll go a little bit less dark. We'll go Polynesia from the Dr. Dolittle film with Rex Harrison, which is his parrot, who teaches him how to talk to animals. So clearly the best animal sidekick. Because who doesn't want to talk to animals?
It's not the giant snail?
That's not really a sidekick.
Sam has a thing with talking to animals, though, because didn't you fight Dr. Dolittle, too?
I know. I think he's just like rubbing glass in my wound right now because he beat me with this fight, I think.
Yeah, that might have been part of it. Although I was also thinking of Archimedes from The Sword and the Stone, the owl.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. It's a good one.
Owls are
Just
good.
because he's so grumpy.
All right. Well, that's all the questions. Did you have anything you wanted to plug? Are you working on anything?
Not really. Just lying around in bed, doing not much.
Just on him. Weird than me.
Yeah, I really need to give that a trim.
Tom too. All right, buddy. Well, yeah. Thanks for stopping by so late.
No worries.
All right. We'll see you
Talk to you
soon.
soon, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. I think that is our show.
Nuggets.
We're gonna go get some nuggets. You can tweet at us at OddShapePanel or
At Kimber Nuggets? No. At Kimberbatch_OSP.
I will be at McDonald's in a few minutes. No, check out oddshapechannel.com. I'm gonna probably work on updating it a bit more after I get some energy in my body, in the form of McNuggets.
Yeah, we're trying to work on everything, guys. Please bear with us. We
Yeah.
are trying to plan a possible move in the near future at some point.
I think somebody's getting married too.
We're
so there's
getting
all that.
married, so we're trying to plan all that, and we are running the channel and working our jobs.
We are looking for help. I can't pay you anything but gratitude, but if you're interested in doing any of that, let me know. It would pretty much be like mainly blog monitor is what I want to get off the ground right now. I want somebody to run our blog. You could be the editor of our blog. That sounds like the title is payment enough, guys. Come on. No, I don't know. I know everyone's busy, but I will be putting up Tom Zambino's review probably tonight. Probably put up Ashley's Power Rangers review too, because that needs to get out.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Cal has a bunch of aftercard report cards.
Ashley's face, she looked pretty damn serious.
I felt bad. Well, I realized that I hadn't posted it like, what was it, like 8 weeks after she sent it to me?
Months ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she did it for the Blu-ray release, so now it's kind of like move. I'll still put it up there because she worked on it, so it needs to go up.
And I'm sure it's very good.
The movie? I don't know.
No, her writing about it.
But
all right, guys.
So please join us for Mormo Zone tomorrow. It's episode 5. Who doesn't like Mormo? Come on.
I love Mormo.
Come up, and we're gonna have a new guest on. So it's not me, it's not Billy, it's not Kimber. We're gonna get some new blood on the show. So that's gonna be nice too. So definitely stop by, and if not for that, stop by for Encrypted with me and Cal on Wednesday, same time as Twin Peeps was, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just going to keep talking in circles until we go get McNuggets. And we're going to get McNuggets right now.